From the Kiss 92.5 studios in Toronto, Canada.
Are you ready?
Ladies and gentlemen.
This is Roz and Mocha.
It's Roz and Mocha. What's going on?
Hey guys, this is Bruno Mars.
This is Selena Gomez.
The Chainsmokers.
Lady Gaga.
Calvin Harris.
Celestia Cara.
This is Ed Sheeran.
You're listening to my boys Roz and Mocha.
Roz and Mocha.
My boys Roz and Mocha.
The Roz and Mocha Show.
Between Roz and Mocha, who is your favorite?
Mocha. Roz. You guys are so funny, man.
Congratulations, Lisa! Wow!
You just won $1,000.
That is amazing. Y'all just made my entire morning. Keep it up.
You guys are awesome, man.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
I spit on my toothbrush this morning.
You spit.
Do you ever
in?
do that?
Say
And I
that
got
again.
so grossed out by
In
it.
or on?
I got so grossed out by it, but then I tried to piece it all together and I started to wonder why I was so grossed out by it. So, you ever do this? Brush your teeth.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. You, at the end, I don't know what your routine is, but this is what I do. Okay. I wet, so faucet. Wet the toothbrush.
Yes.
Okay. Then I take toothpaste and I squirt it down into the bristles, not on top of the bristles. I like it to go deep.
Okay.
Okay. So I squirt the toothpaste down into the bristles. Then I do a quick little wet again.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So I'm double wet.
Yeah.
Okay. Quick little wet again.
Sandwiching the toothpaste.
Thank you. And then I brush. And I don't use electric. I'm old school.
Okay.
Analog for me.
Okay.
So I brush.
You doing all that work so early?
Yeah.
Damn.
Okay. And then I brush. Then what happens is when I'm done brushing, I rinse. So faucet back on.
Mm-hmm.
I'm rinsing the toothpaste, right, off my toothbrush and spitting into the sink. Okay?
Okay.
As I'm doing this today, I get like everything that was up in my mouth, all the saved stuff that's in my mouth.
Yeah.
And as I spit it into the sink, it lands directly back onto my toothbrush. Okay, this is my thing. Okay, but but the toothbrush was literally just in there with all of that stuff.
I know, but still.
Okay? But is the I'm wondering, I found it extremely gross. Like I almost dry heaved.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
I almost threw the whole thing in the garbage. But should I though? Because my problem is that it was just in my mouth.
The purpose of it is to
mixing
clean
around
and
with
get
all
rid
of
of
that.
everything, right?
Right.
Yeah.
But the toothbrush did its job. It was in my mouth, getting rid of all of that stuff. Okay? It was already touching it. It was like doing its job,
but then
fulfilling its purpose.
Yeah, but then you take the toothbrush and you can still rinse it.
Okay, as I'm rinsing the toothbrush, I hork. Okay?
Yeah.
I hork everything that was in my mouth, right? After the toothbrush.
Yeah.
Everything that was in my mouth, I hork. The whole hork lands on the end of the toothbrush.
Yeah.
Okay, but... Now I know that sounds gross, right?
Yeah,
but but the toothbrush was just in there. And I took it out and I didn't look at the toothbrush as being gross. The toothbrush, like 4 seconds before I horked on it, was in there mixing around with all of that stuff that's in there. And then I took the toothbrush out.
That's fine. It's your DNA.
Okay. So then I start rinsing the toothbrush. I hork. Hork goes onto the end of the toothbrush.
Yeah.
Then I rinse it. Okay. Then I put the toothbrush back in the thing and I leave the bathroom. And the whole ride in today, I start thinking, now I need to throw that toothbrush away.
No, I think you're fine.
You think I'm fine?
You know what I used to do as a kid?
What?
I would brush my teeth, spit everything into the sink, not rinse. This is going to be so gross, so I apologize.
Not rinse what?
No, I wouldn't rinse the toothpaste out of the sink just yet. I wouldn't even turn the water on.
Okay.
I would take the toothbrush.
Yeah.
And then...
Help it.
Rub it around in...
Help it down?
No, rub it around in the toothpaste I just spit out.
Yeah.
And then put it back in my mouth and brush my teeth again.
Okay. Wait, so you would...
I didn't do this every day. It was just like a dumb thing every now and then that I would do. I know. It's disgusting.
You would brush your teeth.
Yes.
Hork in the sink.
Correct.
Take your toothbrush.
Yes.
Slop up everything that you just spit out.
Yeah.
Put it back in your mouth.
Yeah.
And continue brushing.
Yeah. Normal, right?
I would have thrown you away.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Oh boy. It started to happen. Because people are paying attention a lot closer to our podcasts since we talked about this a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah. People started sending us clips of the podcast at half speed. and like they're going deep. They're finding like the perfect moments. And when you slow us down at half speed, we sound like hammered.
Like completely wasted.
Like two just drunk fools sitting around talking jive. Like that's it. Like.
So I'll play you one right now. This is back when we were talking about Lizzo and her birthday.
Oh.
And I was trying to guess what her age is.
Okay.
Yeah, it's Lizzo's birthday today.
Oh, happy birthday, Lizzo!
Yeah.
Lizzo is...
How old's Lizzo?
27 years old.
No.
25 years old.
No, higher.
28 years old.
Higher.
Lizzo's not 30.
33.
Is she really?
Yeah.
No. So that's what happens when you listen to the podcast.
I didn't even know this was a thing until somebody sent one to me, man.
Slow motion. So you're right, though. People are going through and finding like the perfect time, the perfect moment in the show where it would just sound hilarious, slowed down. Here's another example. There's
Rose,
Yes.
Sophia, Blanche, Dorothy.
Yes.
So this here, we're obviously talking about Maury's favorite show, Golden Girls.
And did I say Rose, Blanche, Dorothy, and that's all? There's 4.
There's 4.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Because you are the resident
Yes.
Golden Girl expert here. So I can't answer because I don't know any of the characters.
Right.
Yeah, I've
So you
read
have to
4
answer for
books
us.
on the Golden Girls.
Okay, so who would be who?
Okay, so here's how it's gonna be. Roz would be Dorothy, you know, the smart substitute teacher.
Disagree. Highly disagree, but go on.
Is Dorothy Betty White?
No, Dorothy is
B. Arthur.
B. Arthur.
B. Arthur.
Okay, go on. Okay, so in your world, I'm the Dorothy.
Yes.
Okay, Mocha
is Sophia.
Okay.
mom.
Shem is
Blanche because he's single and ready to mingle.
Okay.
So that's what happens when you listen to the Roz and Mocha Show podcast at half speed.
Oh, God.
So if you've come across anything, or you've started listening to segments at half speed, then feel free to let us know.
Yeah,
feel free
just-
to send us the clips.
Yeah, screen grab it, and I don't know how you do it.
Or
what do you
even-
do? You just like DM it to us, I guess.
Yeah,
Something
that's
like
how
that?
that's how people have tagged us on Instagram. They've DM'd us. They've tagged us on Twitter. Or what you could do is give us a timestamp of where it is, and then
I'm not doing that. You guys can do all the work and just send it to us. Don't
wow,
don't
man.
involve me in this.
rude.
The Roz and Mocha Show
Podcast.
Question for you, because I want to play this clip of Pink talking about her marriage, because it's really interesting. She brings up something that I've never heard somebody say before.
Oh.
And she brings up the fact that she and her husband, Carrie Hart, don't speak the same language, and it's interesting.
What?
So listen, play the clip. It's a key to the marriage, she says.
For us, the answer is there's no quit button. Unless we find one. But right now we don't have one. But it's also couples counseling, like learning how to speak the same language, because we don't speak the same language.
Yeah.
I speak beautiful Italian, and I don't know what he speaks, but it doesn't sound that beautiful.
caveman, but
See, there you go. Smile and
We
nod.
have no
Smile and
idea.
nod.
We have no idea. We laugh. We like the same things, and we love being a family.
So that's Pink and Carrie talking to Rachel Lindsay. But do you and your wife speak the same language, do you think? Do you guys communicate the same way?
Oh, absolutely.
You do,
Yeah.
huh? You do.
Yeah, I think that's why we work so well.
Yeah.
Together.
Yeah.
You and Catherine?
I think for most things we do, but there's a divide in the way that we communicate that every now and then shows up, which is I am more comfortable saying things in a blunt, harsh way. When I find it just the easiest way to say something. And to me, it's about efficiency, where to her, it's aggression, right? So if there's ever something that comes up where, like, I don't have the thing where I water stuff down. And it's nothing, like, we're not talking major things here, like big life decisions. I'm talking about, like, mundane things where I will always just be blunt about something, and she takes that as aggression or hostility.
Maybe you should work on
in
that.
a way. Well, no, I know, I do, and then I always wind up apologizing.
Yeah.
Right? I there's so many nights where, you know, at the end of the night before we go to bed, I'm like, hey, I'm sorry about the way I said that thing earlier. Like, I'll apologize frequently because I realize because I don't realize it at the time that it's not that she was expecting a different answer from me, but she just communicates differently. And when she tries to have a conversation with me and I will just do that thing, to her, that's a failed conversation.
Gotcha.
Right? Where it's like...
you end it.
It's, yes.
Right
like,
away.
It's like, I'm not trying, right?
There's
And
no coming back from it in that moment.
No, and she'll never, like, call me out on, but I can just see body language, right? And then,
Totally.
but the body language, I don't pick up on until later either, right? I'm like, I'll just, like, replay the conversation in my head, and I'm like... It was weird. We were in the middle of something. Then she just walked into the office.
I'm sitting there all alone.
Yeah, I'm like, why did that happen? I'm like, oh yeah, me.
Yeah.
Right?
Maybe she asked me a question. It was a really nice way, and I just clearly said
exactly.
no.
But for the most part, we do speak the same language. But we do have. There's a definite divide in the way that we communicate. And I don't know. Like, I don't want to fix it, right? Like. But I wish I noticed it at the time. Like, I wish I knew I was saying it as I was saying it. Yeah. But I never do.
Save the apology at the end of the night.
But I always apologize, right? Like, I'm always the guy. I will always say, hey, babes, just so you know, totally wrong. Sorry I said it that way.
Yeah.
Didn't mean to hurt your feelings, right? Like, I have no problem apologizing. My problem is I don't recognize when it's going on.
Right.
Right? When I say the words, I don't understand that they are harsh or aggressive or...
Maybe she should
dismissive
say something to give you the indication.
Have like a code word.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like she could say.
No, that would
like,
drive me nuts.
Too harsh.
That would drive me nuts.
Or too much.
No, because you know what drives her the most
She
crazy?
could just yell like cookie dough.
Yeah. The thing that drives her the most crazy, right, is that I truly believe that the most blunt way to say something if I don't want something is simply to just say no. Right? To me, that's easy.
Yeah, too harsh.
Right? So she will say, hey, I'm thinking about, doing this or whatever, thought you might want to be involved or whatever. And if I don't want to be involved, I will just simply say no. Right? And then she'll go, wow. Right? And I'm like, what? Wow. What? Wow. Like, what do you want me to say? Hey, listen, okay, let me think about it for a while and then I'll, mull it over. Sounds like a great idea. The answer is still going to be no. Right? It will always be no.
And then the end of the night, I'm real sorry.
And then at the end of the night, I'm like, hey, I'm real sorry for,
Now that I think about the conversation, yes, I do like avocado toast.
Yeah, but still no.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
This is a crazy story, okay? Mm-hmm. And I want to get your opinion because you grew up in a small town. So this story might be a little bit relatable. Or it will be.
I need a drink for this one.
I'm 21. Mm-hmm. First started dating my now ex-girlfriend, who's also the same age, when we were both 16. However, we made the decision to break up before heading off to college when we were 18. I decided to go a few hours away while she decided to stay local. Also note that my girlfriend was very close with my family, so this was hard on my family as well. When returning home for my first year of college, my brother surprised me with the news that he had been dating a girl for over 6 months now. The only problem is, it was my ex-girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
I was obviously pissed, and my brother understood, but made it clear he had no intention of breaking up with her. Eventually, we came to the agreement that we would continue our relationship if he never mentioned her to me or made us interact. He happily agreed to these terms. Wow. However, recently, my brother surprised me with the news that the two of them are now engaged, and he wants me to be his best man. I told him absolutely not. He and I had agreed from the beginning that I would not have to attend any event where my ex would be there. My whole family is calling me selfish and telling me I can suck it up for one night, but I just don't feel comfortable being the best man at my ex's wedding. Am I the a-hole for refusing to go to the wedding and be his best man? Clarification. This guy and his brother, identical twins. And the comments are literally divided. People are like, you guys made the agreement.
You don't get to tell somebody else how to be happy.
Right? And other people are like, somebody said, not only did he break the bro code, but he broke the brother code.
Yeah. So it all, I guess part of this is whether you subscribe to bro code or not.
Yeah.
Right? And for me, I just never have. Because I don't know what kind of town they grew up in, but for me, growing up in a small town, one of the sort of shocking things when you move to a city is that there's such a thing, called bro code, or that sort of notion exists. Because oftentimes when you grow up in a small town, it's like your girlfriend when you're 16 is going to date your best friend when you're all 17, and she's going to marry that guy's brother after high school at some point, right?
Yeah.
Because the pool of people that you're playing in is just very small.
Completely.
You had no choice but to be cool with that. And sure, there was hurt feelings and people got pissed off and everything else, but you always got over it. My brother and I have had the same girlfriend, I think, 3 times.
Wow.
Right? My brother's a great guy. These were all great girls. Didn't work out between us. And so there was this sort of understanding of I was never going to be pissed off or nobody was ever going to be upset about it. But I can't start dictating their happiness because I want to create rules that then apply to what they are and are not allowed to do in life and who they are and are not allowed to fall in love with.
I think this guy's just hurt because...
Of course he's hurt.
Because the breakup only happened 3 years ago.
Right. But 3 years is... Okay, listen.
But
idiot.
3 years is a long time ago.
Long time.
And...
it's a very long time.
He and the girl made the decision at the time to break up. Like, if he didn't want to break up with the girl, he should never have broken up with her.
If they cheated, right? If she did the brother switch, like the actual brother switch, which is weird when it's a twin. But if she did the actual brother switch, where she was dating one brother and then started messing around with the other brother, and that's how that relationship started, I would say absolutely you have every right in the world to want to disassociate yourself with that entire situation.
Yeah.
But when you dump her...
I know.
Right? And then she's heartbroken and you go off to college and she's at the Sobeys and sees a guy who looks exactly like you.
I know. I'm just like, oh.
Right?
He's so hot.
Yes.
Reminds me of somebody. Can't figure it out.
Right?
But I'm going to shoot my shot.
Yes.
Roz and Mocha's Fix My Life.
What advice can you guys give me?
Okay, so my question is...
Got a problem you can't fix?
Roz and Mocha got you.
Hi, Tatiana. Welcome to the Roz and Mocha Show. How are you today?
Thank you. I'm doing well. How are you guys?
We're good. So you're living in Serbia now.
Yes, I am.
Okay. And you used to be here in Canada?
Yes. So I moved to Canada when I was 15, and then 4 years ago, I returned back to Serbia.
Oh, okay. What is on your mind today, though?
How can I restart my husband's motor now that his mother is living with us? There's been no room.
Oh, damn.
If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do. You wrote us simply, hey, Roz and Mocha, fix my life. Ever since my mother-in-law moved in with us, my husband has been ignoring me sexually. This is a tough one. It's tough.
How long has it been since your mother-in-law moved in?
2 months.
And what was it like before she moved in?
Twice a day.
Oh,
damn!
And
good for you.
And yeah, good for you. Yeah,
and now it's maybe once a week.
Right.
Maybe twice.
Shut up. Go home. Hang up. We're done with you. Okay. There's nothing. You have to. Okay, Tatiana. Okay. You can't call us. You can't call us and say that my husband and I are now only having sex once a week and expect us to try and fix a problem that doesn't exist.
Well, it exists.
She's
It's a
used it
problem
twice a
for
day.
me.
Yeah.
Okay. But that's a you problem. Like when you call us and say I need it twice a day, and now that my mother-in-law is living with us, we only do it once a week. That's not a problem that needs fixing. People are going to ask. People are going to ask you, "What's the secret to your success?"
Once a week.
Yeah.
I would be okay like with twice a week, but it's not even that. Like it's been like cut down. Like if that was going like on slowly, like like cut me off like once a day, or you know what I mean. Like, but then it's like drastically like
know what I mean?
it's just, like,
know what I mean?
No, I don't actually.
Okay. There's certain. There's Tatiana. There's certain things.
Oh my God, Mocha.
There's certain things in this conversation, okay, that you cannot say, and one of those things is, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Actually, don't. Well, I would expect that
Okay, so how do you get the motor running? I don't know what the world is like over in Serbia, but can you send her?
Fine.
It's totally fine. Okay, so why
Totally
don't you send her to a movie one night or something like that, or tell her to go for a walk?
I tried.
And what
I
happens?
tried, and then she returns.
She doesn't want to do it.
She comes back. No, she's like, okay, tomorrow I'm gonna go sleep over at my friend's house, and then she doesn't go.
Okay.
I tried.
Now, what does your husband say? Like, you've obviously had a conversation with him about all this.
He said I'm nuts.
Oh,
it's a very normal thing to not want to be intimate or not feel the sort of rush when your mother's around, right? Like. It's kind of weird. You don't want to get caught. You kind of become that kid again. She's walking around the house like she owns the place because she already did all the work and raised the kid. Like all this stuff. It's just weird when your mother's around for any sort of prolonged period of time. And when you wind up doing things, you wind up having to do them quick, but like not in a fun, quick way, but in like a weird, quick way.
Yeah, that's what's happening.
Yeah, and then so even when it does happen, it's not that good. It's certainly not what you're used to, apparently.
Miss twice a day over here.
Yeah,
thanks.
I would, geez, can you rent like an Airbnb for the afternoon?
We kind of tried like to get away, but because we work during the day, right?
Yeah.
And my husband works 7 days a week.
Okay.
He works in the morning and then he works afternoon. So it's kind of like we try to get away like for the evening, but it's just not the same. Like it's just not, it's like it's always in our head. Like she's always like there. I don't know how to explain it.
What about going for like a drive somewhere at night and pulling off to the side?
Do you know what the fine is here for that?
No,
I don't actually know.
I thought of that.
Yeah.
I thought of that. Trust me,
okay.
I thought of that.
I don't know if you so much have a getting your husband's motor running problem as you do, because to me it sounds like the way that things need to be for you, Miss Twice a Day. This isn't something that is even remotely possible to do with the mother around. Like this doesn't sound like it's a problem with your husband's sort of sex drive. This sounds like it's just a problem.
It is because it's.
But like, can you not like? Do you think that you would be able to do this without her like hearing, walking in on, like all of those things?
Maybe that's what he's scared of.
It's
Maybe
not
he's
the
like
problem
in his
walking
mind.
in on.
Yeah.
It's the problem hearing. It's
Hearing.
the problem
Gotcha.
hearing, and then me looking like into her eyes after. You know what I
No,
mean?
it's not.
Like,
It's not you looking into her eyes. It's him looking
Yeah,
into her
yeah, yeah.
eyes. I would then. What have you had? Have you sat down woman to woman with the mother and said, "Hey, listen, you got two choices. You're going to hear some things, or you can go for a walk."
I think I will have to.
Yeah, I think that I think that you should say, "Hey, listen, we're all grown-ups here, and we all know how this stuff works. And we had this fantastic relationship. We love having you around. You're great. You're a laugh. We all get along. But there's parts of a marriage that need to remain part of this marriage, and we gotta like take care of us. And taking care of us means a lot of different things, but the one thing that it absolutely means is that we need to get loud, and we need to get loud often.
Twice a day.
I don't know what you want. You want me to shoot you a text every now and then when just like leave,
Sure.
so you don't even have to say goodbye, like all of this stuff, right? Like try and figure out some sort of system. But I think that right now your only play is to just is the brutal truth. I think that might be your only play. So your husband works 7 days a week and twice a day?
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus. I got it. You guys.
Morning and night. Thank you.
You are an inspiration, Tatiana. An inspiration. I say that you owe it to everybody else. I say that you owe it to everybody listening right now that is just so incredibly jealous. Okay, you owe it to them to sit that mother-in-law down and say, "This is how things are going to go."
I will do that. Thank you guys so much.
All right.
Thank you. You made my day.
Jeez.
Twice a day.
Roz and Mocha's Fix My Life.
On Kiss.
Man, 60 Minutes was lit last night.
Oh! Something I never thought I'd hear you say.
Yeah, 60 Minutes did a whole UFO special last night. And one of the reasons we're hearing a lot more about UFOs is that a lot of the information has just been declassified by the military. And a lot of the people who are now speaking out are speaking out from a point of fact rather than speculation. And I thought that we were going to be way more into it when people on the inside started coming out and talking about UFOs. I really did. Like when I was a kid and I would sit around and think, man, the day that something gets declassified and somebody who's worked for the Pentagon or whatever it is comes out and says, yes, we've seen them, that the world was going to stop.
Because you think that they're going to show you all the evidence. Everything that they've collected over the years.
No, but I don't need to see the evidence. They say it's real, right?
Yeah.
Like, I thought that it was a blip. Like, this all happened. Like, there's been so many stories over the last couple of years where people are like, no, man, like, they're real.
Yeah.
We're just like trying to figure some things out. And we were all like, yeah, no big deal.
We kind of figured.
It's wild to me. So this is Luis Elizondo. He spent 20 years running military intelligence operations worldwide in Afghanistan, in the Middle East, and at Guantanamo Bay. He hadn't given UFOs a second thought until 2008. That's when he was asked to join something at the Pentagon called Advanced Aerospace Threat Identification Program, or AATIP. Listen to this.
UFOs, unidentified flying objects, are real. Bill, I think we're beyond that already. The government has already stated for the record that they're real. I'm not telling you that. The United States government is telling you that. The mission of ATIP was quite simple. It was to collect and analyze information involving anomalous aerial vehicles. What I guess in the vernacular you call them UFOs. We call them UAPs.
You know how this sounds. It sounds nutty, wacky.
Look, Bill, I'm not telling you that it doesn't sound wacky. What I'm telling you, it's real. The question is, what is it? What are its intentions? What are its capabilities?
Oh.
And then they have all this footage.
Come on. What are the capabilities? You know.
They have all this footage, and they interviewed a bunch of actual fighter pilots who just tell these stories of seeing these things in the water, where it's an aircraft that can fly, do circles, mimic what you're doing, and then go under the water and also disappear. So play clip number 2 from Luis right now.
Imagine a technology that can do 600 to 700 G-forces, that can fly at 13,000 miles an hour, that it can evade radar, and that can fly through air and water and possibly space. And, oh, by the way, has no obvious signs of propulsion, no wings, no control surfaces, and yet still can defy the natural effects of Earth's gravity. That's precisely what we're seeing.
Show-offs.
But what I'm not blown away, I'm not blown away by the tech of the machine, right? They're talking about...
Because you assume it's all advanced anyway.
Yeah, why wouldn't you? Like they're talking about the tech of the machine. It can go this fast, it can do all these things. And there's no signs, there's no wings, there's no exhaust, there's no signs of propulsion. But yet this thing can travel at, incredible speeds that ships on Earth just cannot. What I'm fascinated with is... we know how things work, right? Eventually Elon Musk is going to invent something that is very similar to this with tech. But the problem is, and what freaks me out and what I obsess about is not so much how they built the craft, but how did they, what wormhole did they come through? Because we know a lot about space, right?
Yeah.
And there's a lot of things that we don't know. It's the traveling part. It's not what they travel in that freaks me out.
It's how they got here.
It's the actual journey that freaks me out. That's what I want answers with. It's not. I don't care about your bubble that you float around in, right? We're going to invent one of those. You give smart people enough time, they're going to invent a bubble, right? But I want to know about the science and the journey of how they got here.
Someone will tell us at some point.
I know. We need
whether
it.
it's humans or aliens.
Well, that just means we have to capture one now.
Maybe they don't want to be captured. That's why they're here, like scoping things out.
I know. It's so crazy, though. And nobody's freaking out over this.
No.
Nobody's freaking out. Nobody even really cares.
The aliens don't care. They don't care about us.
No, nobody watched
they're like,
60 Minutes last
scoping out,
night.
They're like, look at these dumb idiots
No, but how
down here on
are we
Earth.
so dumb that we don't care? How are we so dumb that we don't care?
That's why they're not messing with us.
I know.
Because we're too dumb.
It drives me nuts.
They're not ready yet.
No, we're not ready yet. We're like, derp,
Yeah,
aliens,
exactly.
whatever.
Yeah, they look at our planet as one giant derp.
So bad.
And then
It's
like
so
scope,
bad.
like they fly around every now and then
Yeah.
to see if the jackass is like
Yeah.
smartened up at all. And they're
I
like,
don't-
no, they're still idiots.
I thought when they said that there was aliens that we were all going to be building bunkers, man. I really did. I really thought that's how the world was going to go. I thought that we were all so trained to know what to do when aliens showed up, which is, you build a bunker, you keep your family safe, you buy all the cans and everything else.
Oh, they're not going to attack us now.
No, it's
They're
not
gonna
about it. It's the mystery of not knowing, man.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Whatever.
I just have leftover food from when I over COVID shopped. Right? That's the closest thing I have to a bunker. I have an extra mayonnaise.
Corned beef and pasta.
Yes.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
I woke up sweating this morning.
Did you not put the AC on yet?
No,
Okay.
not yet.
Oh.
No, my place is still cool. Is yours
okay.
not cool?
No, we had the AC on 2 days ago.
Really?
Yeah.
That's to me sounds like an insulation problem.
No, it was fine.
I don't know.
Just need a little bit cooler in the house.
I don't
It was
know.
hot on Sunday.
Yeah, not that hot though. Not AC.
Yeah, we needed
hot.
AC.
You did.
Oh, it was
huh?
beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah,
It was so nice.
Yeah, no, I like that because I love a blanket, right? Like I just we have these we found one blanket that we like, and then Catherine just bought 10 of them, and so we have them like all over the house. And then Roxy had wound up with 6 of them in her bed. She builds a nest every night.
She needs a weighted blanket.
No. I can't introduce those into my home.
No?
No.
You know what I saw, dude?
What?
Weighted hoodies.
Weighted hoodie?
Yeah.
What does that do?
Yeah.
Like what parts? Like is the hood part so your head starts to bend down?
No,
like
I think
what part?
I think the whole minus the hood. I think the entire hoodie. I think the entire like sweater part.
Yeah.
It's like a
But
little
what's
bit
the
weighted.
purpose of this though? Explain that to me.
I think just for comfort, like when you're sitting there, it's
Yeah.
just have that full upper body comfort of feeling the weight on you.
But that does, to me doesn't seem when did we decide that having weight on you was comfortable? Because forever having weight on you was awful,
It's
right?
really
that's
nice,
why
though,
that's
I'm
why
telling
every
you.
negative sort of when you're in a terrible spot and things aren't going well, we even say I feel so weighed down.
Yeah.
Right? Like there's no positivity ever associated with having weight on you.
There's a weighted blanket, so it feels like your mom's hands on you.
What? It's like a what?
Sorry,
it's-
a weighted scarf. A weighted scarf, so you can
What?
wear it around your shoulders, so it feels like like your mom's hands are on your shoulders.
Your mom, specifically your mom's? That's weird.
Right? So it feels comforting, like somebody's hands are on your shoulders to say,
okay.
"They're
From
there."
behind, that's not comfortable to me.
That's almost murdery.
Yeah, like that's touching, right?
Right?
Like that's touching. Right? All these things that we used to think were like negative feelings are now somebody's like making a buck off them and trying to tell us that they're positive things.
And there's a weighted eye thing that warms up as it's on you, so it's like pushing down in your eyes and getting warm at the same time.
What does it look like? What do you mean
Just
pushing
like
down on your
it's
eyes?
eye mask.
Oh, why do you just say a mask?
Well, because it's full of like beans.
Oh, yeah, those things. But no, I don't know why. You want a weighted hoodie? You want that feeling? You like that?
Yeah, I'll wear that.
You do?
If I'm
huh?
watching TV, absolutely.
But
I'd
what do
wear
you
that.
get out of it, though? Like, explain it to me.
I don't know.
What
I don't know what it
feels
is.
like.
I think it's just the pressure of having it just lay on you and just feeling that tightness.
Does it look like a Snuggie?
But do you ever
No,
have
it's an
to?
actual hoodie.
Do you ever have to like if you're okay? So if you have this is my problem. If you have if I have the weighted hoodie on,
Yes.
right? Okay, and then I got to do something where I got to walk up the stairs. I can't do it with a weighted hoodie.
Yes, you can.
No,
It's
I
not-
cannot.
It doesn't weigh that
No,
much.
no, I can't.
Bruh, come on.
One tiny thing, and I can't walk up the stairs.
No, listen,
yeah, it's
what's
too much.
wrong with
It's
you?
too much of a pain in the.
You need a doctor.
No.
You need a doctor,
I don't
bro.
need a doctor.
Yeah.
I want to tell you what I don't need is I don't need a weighted hoodie.
If you can't walk up the stairs,
No, it's
with
not
a weighted
that,
hoodie.
It's not that I can't walk up the stairs, but I don't go through life like seeking out things that make mundane activities more difficult.
Right.
Maybe you need to try it before you knock it.
No, I don't want weight on me, right?
Oh.
I don't want weight on me. I shouldn't be arguing.
Well, it's like
the
when your
world
cat is
flipped.
on you. That's weight.
Yeah, it's nice because it's my cat.
You know what I'm going to do?
I don't like walk around with my cat on me.
I'm going to get a weighted hoodie
Yeah.
and then lay underneath a weighted blanket. Oh,
No, you're so
ultimate comfort
no.
right there.
You guys are.
Why don't I just sit on your chest? It's the
I feel
same
like I'm being
thing.
trolled. I feel like I'm being trolled. I really do. I really do.
Can I lend you my weighted blanket? You'll try it.
Maury, you think that I'm going to take a blanket that you've been under, wearing God knows what, doing God knows what, and bring it to my home and put it on me?
Exactly.
No.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
You want to hear Wendy Williams take on Ellen DeGeneres quitting? Or I guess retiring or whatever it is, walking away from her show. You know Wendy Williams?
Yeah.
She never has really anything nice to say about anyone.
Yeah. Oh,
which
she
is
dissing Ellen?
why we love Wendy Williams. Listen. Wendy Williams is so funny.
Oh, is she giving real talk now?
Of course. Is Wendy Williams giving real talk?
No, about this situation.
Oh,
about Ellen.
Hell yeah. Listen to this.
Ellen is leaving. All right. She says she's done. Well, 19 years is a very good run. Congratulations to you, Ellen, considering all you've been through during those 19 years, including the workplace conditions, which, by the way, I believe she's leaving because the workplace conditions.
Wow.
You know, I mean, we all in this room know people who've worked at that, and people who've worked here themselves.
Oh, wow.
Ellen, and here's the thing. I'm glad that you thanked your Ellen fans or whatever you call your nation. But 19 years on TV doesn't change your life. It exposes you for the person that you really are. I'm not sure that all the guests are happy. I was a guest. I wasn't happy. I don't know whether she told her current staff, though. She seems like the type of person that would come out on stage and announce it to everybody. And people are looking at the TV and she's saying it like, what just happened?
Wendy Williams.
Wendy Williams' mom never said, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say it at all. She never heard that one time as a kid.
No,
never.
Wendy Williams' mom was like, baby, just speak.
Yeah. You speak.
But, okay, so we've all heard, like, behind the scenes, because you brought up a good point a couple days ago where you said, and you've said this forever, which is behind the scenes, people have heard of these stories.
It's been an open secret.
Right? People have talked about this already.
Yeah.
Wendy Williams just said in that clip that we
She
heard
knows.
that she wasn't happy when she was a guest on the show, right?
No, because one of the things that Ellen said was, I create like a wonderful environment. She's like, every guest who's ever been on here has said how wonderful and friendly this is. Well, first of all, of course, every guest is going to say that. They're not
Yeah.
staff. They come in there and the whole place is catered to them.
Sure.
Right?
Plus, they want the invite back.
Yeah.
At some point, right?
Yeah, but
why didn't I'm not saying she should have or she had to.
Yeah.
But why? Like, I'm now curious as to what Wendy Williams' experience was like when she visited Ellen's show and why she didn't say anything before if it was something that was so shocking.
I think Wendy Williams knows what's up, which is Wendy Williams is exactly in line with what we've been talking about, which is it's an open secret.
Yeah.
Everybody knew, but Ellen was just such a promotional vehicle for so many stars that nobody's going to say anything. But the one thing that Ellen can't say, and really one thing that says so much, is when all this went down, when everybody was like, Ellen is awful, and she went through that 4 months of everybody sort of piling on her, the one thing you didn't see was this incredible onslaught of support from A-list stars who came out to dispute it, who came out. She didn't have that. Other people would have had that. Other people would have had a front line of defense from the people who are friends of the show.
Yeah.
And Ellen didn't have that.
Do you think we're going to be hearing more or stories from more celebrities about their time?
Nope.
With Ellen?
Nope. Zero.
wonder why.
Everybody's moved on. Because nobody, why do you want to? Because everybody looks like if everybody knew, it's like with the Golden Globes right now. Everybody knew. So all of this stuff with NBC canceling it and Tom Cruise giving back his Golden Globes, it's all to save face.
Yeah.
They're all hypocrites.
Yeah.
That's why. Because they all knew. It was not a secret to anybody. The makeup of the Golden Globes, they all knew. They would go to the brunches every year, cater them and fly these reporters all over the world. They all knew.
But just nobody said anything.
Nobody said anything. Except for Wendy Williams.
Yeah.
Here we go.
The Roz and Mocha Show
Podcast.
I'm starting to think I got trolled by Damnit Maurie.
Why?
Maurie, come in here real quick. Did you see Maurie's Twitter last night?
No, I don't follow him.
Okay, go on if you can. Go on if you can. So Maurie and his husband Matthew did a first look reaction to the Friends teaser trailer, right?
Okay.
And in it, first of all, Maurie cries. I'll play it for you in a second. But they had like a virtual background, and I don't know what Matthew was wearing, but he was sitting there and he kept disappearing because Matthew just apparently.
Oh my God!
Apparently, Matthew doesn't even want to be there at all.
Yeah.
So here, so let me play this. Let me play this.
He looks like a ghost.
Yeah, he looks like a ghost. Like he's trying to even get out of like it's really incredible. So let me play this for you here.
Okay.
Hi, everyone. I'm here with...
Okay, are you on YouTube now? Is that what you're doing? Hi, guys.
That's what you're supposed to do, right?
Okay. And by the way, if you haven't seen this teaser trailer, there's nothing to it. It's a slowed down version of the theme song.
Yeah,
and then it's all six of them, just their back slow-mo walking through a Hollywood lot.
Hi, everyone. I'm here...
Hi, guys.
Welcome to my
Hi,
channel.
Everyone. I'm here with my lobster,
What's that mean?
So in Friends,
Matthew,
you are each other.
we
You don't
couldn't
care, do you?
be more excited for the Friends reunion teaser trailer, and we're watching it now for the very first time.
Okay, so at this point, Maurie is, I don't know what he had to do beforehand, think of like his real sad thoughts or whatever, but Maurie's like primed to cry. Like you can already see he's primed to cry.
Okay.
Okay, are you ready? Oh, yeah. Okay, here we go. That is so awesome. Really? We've waited so long for that.
I'll stop.
Oh.
Come on, man. There's no
way.
way.
Matthew's looking at you like, what the hell is wrong with this guy?
What did you do?
Ghost Matthew keeps trying to disappear.
Ghost Matthew keeps trying to get out of there. It's the best clip. It's the best clip. Hi everyone.
Hi everyone.
Hi everyone.
Smash that subscribe button.
So Maurie, explain the reaction while I play this. You can turn the music down here, Mocha. I'm going to play this for Maurie while he explains his reaction.
Okay. It was just the fact that they were all walking together for the first time in like 19 or 20 years or 17 years.
Yeah.
Back to the same set again.
Huge fan. 19 or 20 or 17.
It was just like seeing them all together for the first time somehow hit me in the feels. Like, I watch every day, all the time, and now they're back together, and we never thought this would happen. We've been waiting so long for this.
Let me tell you why this whole reunion thing is going to be an absolute disaster, and why HBO Max has zero faith in.
Is that why you didn't cry?
Yeah. So I watched the trailer and all the hype, and eventually they came up with an air date. First of all, the air date is soon. It's May 27th.
Yeah.
Then they announced special guests include Justin Bieber, David Beckham, Lady Gaga, and BTS, and then a whole bunch of other people. This shows me that they have zero faith in this reunion and the ratings.
But
and
I have a prediction.
they're going to boast about ratings because they want BTS and Gaga stans to tune in, and Justin Bieber. When you have a Friends reunion and you call upon Lady Gaga, Justin Bieber, and BTS, that is not the Friends audience. You're dealing with an older millennial Gen X audience, okay? And to load up a Friends reunion, no offense to BTS in the Army. No, I love you guys, right? But this shows me that they have zero faith in this show.
Or it's
None.
the cafe, and these people are coming in to get a
No,
coffee.
None.
They are, because the three artists you mentioned, BTS, Justin Bieber, and Lady Gaga, all have massive fan bases who will guaranteed
flock to it.
Tune in to
Flock
watch.
to
So
it.
then the next day or a couple days later, HBO Max can say, "Look at all these people."
Our
that tuned
streaming
in."
What made
numbers are
sense
through
to
the
me was
roof.
Gaga
Yeah.
because it's in New York.
Doesn't
she's
matter.
New York.
Doesn't matter. You don't need that.
Yeah.
This whole Friends reunion. Everybody's been waiting for this. Like you said, that this was never going to happen. This whole Friends reunion should be able to stand on its own. You shouldn't have to say the Friends reunion is airing May 27th, also with Justin Bieber and BTS.
Also, maybe not in Canada.
You shouldn't have that. Like, you shouldn't need to do that. They have no faith in this show.
Yeah.
Zero faith in this show. And look at Maury.
Bowling.
They were walking together.
Here we go.
The Roz and Mocha Show
Podcast.
Fans are, God, poor Matthew Perry, man.
Why? What happened?
So, Matthew Perry has long been very open with his addiction problems and has said over the years that there's parts of even shooting Friends that he doesn't remember.
Oh, wow.
And up to this point, Matthew Perry kind of kept a low profile, right? We all love him. We all know him. He was the youngest of the Friends in real life.
Yeah, he's our Chandler.
Yes, exactly. And so this HBO Max reunion happens, which is airing next week, and then they start releasing all these clips. And it was, I think, even like a couple of weeks ago that somebody released a video of Matthew Perry on Raya, that celebrity dating app, where he got caught up in the...
Oh, she was 19.
She was 19, and he was talking to her, and then they released a video and all this stuff. So it hasn't been going well for him, but they released a bunch of clips of the Friends reunion, and Matthew Perry he just doesn't sound like Matthew Perry. He doesn't sound like Chandler. He's slurry. He doesn't sound like he's doing well. Now, whether that is something that is current or whether that is something that is just damaged from the years of substance abuse, who knows? But now the big story going into the Friends reunion is what the hell's the matter with Matthew Perry, and it's heartbreaking. So here, play this clip, this little montage that we put together, just so you can get an example of what people are talking about.
While being a really close-knit group, we don't see each other, all six of us, a lot. I stole the cookie jar that had the clock on it, and I gave it to Lisa Kudrow because she, at one point, looked at it and thought it was a real clock.
Like
Funny.
siblings, I would say. Yeah,
Like
really.
siblings.
Very supportive. There's
Very sexual.
Yeah. Yeah. At the core.
Yeah, at its core.
Aw.
Right?
Yeah.
It's sad, man.
Because he's never really talked. I mean, up until now, like, I wonder if he will say anything about it or if anyone will say.
What about the slurring?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. But he's talked about like what he's dealt with in the past. Like it's not a secret, right?
Yeah. And he like an addict.
Yeah.
So I mean, I hear this and I assume it's just the result of years
Right.
and years of doing that, right?
Yeah, and I think that's a lot of the conversation, because right now I think that what people are jumping on, and they're asking the question is Matthew Perry high during this reunion special, as opposed to, is this damage done from years of a drug abuse, right? So I don't know. I don't have the answer. All I know is that everybody's just been falling all over themselves for a taste of this Friends reunion, and they go through the process of shooting it, and then they sit down with People Magazine, they do this whole thing, and then the story has now become what the hell happened to Matthew Perry.
I didn't watch.
right?
Did you watch the new promo? I
Yeah,
didn't watch it.
yeah.
Is it good?
Yeah, the promo's good. Yeah, it's good. No Gunther, but they do get Janice.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Sick.
Yeah, Janice is definitely in the reunion special, which is cool.
Oh my God. Chandler Bing.
Yeah. The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Working more than 55 hours a week, they say, increases the risk of death from heart disease and stroke, according to a new United Nations study. Quote, "It is time that we all, governments, employers, and employees, wake up to the fact that long working hours can lead to premature death." The study concluded that working 55 hours or more per week was associated with an estimated 35% increase in the risk of suffering a stroke and a 17% increase in the rise of dying from heart disease compared to that of working 35 to 40 hours a week. All of these numbers are much higher among men, they say. Between 2000 and 2016, the number of deaths due to heart disease linked to long working hours increased by 42%, they say. So what's the answer to that then?
Work less.
But how? We don't live in that. We don't live in a kind of world where we can just all start working.
I don't know how
less.
you've been doing this forever, where you're working 2 full-time jobs every single day.
I've had 2 jobs since I was 20.
Averaging 4 to 5, like 4 hours.
I have not
5
worked,
hours sleep a night.
Since I was about 21.
Yeah.
Since I was about 21, I've had maybe 4 years, 5 years sort of scattered throughout where I didn't work a minimum of 12 hours a day.
That's
minimum.
insane.
So it's not really the snacking that's going to kill us. It's the working.
Well, there's a lot of things that are going to kill you. Working is on the list. I don't know if it's first thing on the list, Maury, but it's definitely on the list.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, no way you're working 55 hours a week, Maury. You're good.
Not even 55 minutes. Oh, man. Boys, I can regret walking in here.
See what happens? See what happens when you walk in here?
Truth bombs.
Did you say your time card? You don't want that, Maury. You would figure out, Maury, if we went to a time card system, you would spend 2 weeks trying to figure out how to get around the time card system. Because that's all you do is just figure out how to get around things.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah.
It's like the way I have to
That's
try. I
hard
always
work.
try and figure out how to get around that big ass. I'm joking. It's what we do. It's what we do.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
So the Toronto Raptors ended their season on Sunday with a loss. And they ended with being 12th in the Eastern Division. 27 wins, 45 losses.
Ain't no thing.
Terrible. Terrible.
What are you going to do?
So Kyle Lowry yesterday did a 45-minute sit-down Q&A with the media, right?
It's a long time.
Yeah. And the only thing people want to know, really, is...
I know. It's like, what's going on with it?
What's happening? Did we see Kyle Lowry in a Toronto Raptor jersey for the very last time on Sunday? Is he going to be staying with the team?
What is it more?
They actually said that he broke the record for longest Raptors press conference.
Really? Yeah.
Wow.
If that's not a sign that he's done, I don't know what is.
Yeah. Like this was his last dance?
Yeah.
His final goodbye?
One more record.
People
for the
are doing the
Raptors.
whole "has Kyle played his last game in Toronto" thing. Is that something you think about, or is that something that you just sort of laugh off because of how many times we've all done that over the years, including a few months ago?
Yeah, well, I mean, no matter what, it wouldn't be my last game in Toronto. No matter what the situation is, I ain't retiring. That's one. That's why it's funny. But two, everyone's going to have their own story. Everyone's going to write their own script, right? And then the one thing that's great about our world is everybody has their own opinion. All right, that's the one good thing about our world. Is a bad thing also sometimes, but everyone has their own opinion, and it's a good story for people to write and to have fun with. But we'll see what happens, right? No one knows what the future holds. No one knows what comes, with the next day.
Okay, but he still didn't answer the question.
That's a crap answer. First of all, you know what the guy meant when the guy said, everybody's wondering if Kyle Lowry's played his last game in Toronto, and his answer was, well, I mean, I'm not retiring, so like even if I go to the Knicks, I'm still going to come play in Toronto.
Yeah, exactly.
I might not just be on the route. That's a bogus answer.
So somebody else followed up.
Thank you.
Right? Because they kept pressing because they need that answer from Kyle Lowry.
Are you going to end up all suspended and tell us whether you're coming back or not?
I think the answer. I'm just going to go out here and enjoy my summer, train. Get my body right, get my mind right. Enjoy my family time. Right. It's been a crazy year. It's been one of the most difficult NBA seasons I've ever had. And with all that being said, I'm kind of BSing around your question because I don't have an answer for you.
Exactly. Yeah. No, he doesn't know yet.
What's Kyle Lowry going to do? According to him, he's just going to enjoy his summer. It's going to be Kyle Lowry
Well,
summer.
Yeah,
right?
because it's not his responsibility, right?
No, not at
This
all.
is why you have an organization, you have agents, you have managers,
Yeah.
and you have all of this stuff. He's going to go off and enjoy summer, and then whatever he sets up, I take calls at Friday at 4, and then that's when he and his agent are going to talk, and he's going to be like, I got a couple offers for you. Here's what's on the table. What do you think about this? And that's how it's going to go down. He's not stressed.
After 45 minutes sitting down with Kyle Lowry from the Toronto Raptors, still
man.
no answers as to what his future will be with the team at all.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Tiffany Haddish finally commenting on whether she's been approached to take over for Ellen.
Oh, really?
Because
Yeah,
that
'cause it blew up.
man.
The story blew up, man.
Every story ever since Ellen said that she was walking away. Tiffany Haddish's name was the first name to come up, and it's now in all the articles of who is primed to sort of take over that show. Her name is at the top of everyone's list because of those initial rumors.
And people love her.
Yeah, because she fills in for Ellen too,
Uh-huh.
right? Like she's familiar with that sort of set and the crew and the format, and they seem to really like her, and the audience already sort of knows her from doing that show as well as all the other stuff that she's done. But Tiffany Haddish hasn't said anything yet. So she was doing a radio interview yesterday where she finally commented on it.
I haven't commented on it because ain't nobody that give those jobs talk to me about it. So, Ellen was, the reason I've even been like her popping up guest hosting Ellen is because she wanted some days off. She's been doing it a long time. She want to enjoy her money. She's like, Tiff, you want to try it? I'm like, you know what? Yeah, sure. Y'all going to pay me a little something. I'll learn a new skill. I'm here for it. So I'm learning a new skill. That's it. Y'all just watching me learn in front of everybody. I don't think there's a professional hosting school, like a talk show hosting school. You got to just kind of do it and see if it's for you. I'm doing it. I got a few more episodes to do. I don't know if that's grooming me to take over because ain't nobody talked to me about that. Ain't nobody said nothing to me about that.
But you would entertain it. You would entertain it.
Yeah, I mean, if I could get with Ellen getting, I'm definitely entertained. Let me entertain you. Let's check the numbers.
So do you think she's telling the truth when she said nobody's talked to her about it?
No.
You don't think so? You think she's lying?
But I know she's got my question with somebody like Tiffany Haddish is how would she make all of that work, that schedule, along with all the other projects she has going on?
All the other projects are not going to pay her nearly
The
what
Ellen
doing
money,
this.
yeah.
Show. Well, she's not going to get Ellen
Not
money.
Ellen money, but sorry.
Talk show money.
What this gig is going to pay.
Yeah. I mean, Tiffany Haddish has a decent career, right?
Yeah.
She's not a movie star.
No, not
right. Tiffany Haddish isn't
by
a movie star.
comparison.
No. She's popular. She's
Yeah.
funny. She's a great addition to any cast.
Yeah.
Right, an incredible addition to any cast. But Tiffany Haddish isn't at that level yet.
Yeah.
Like Tiffany Haddish isn't at I can carry a franchise kind of level. Right. But stepping in and doing something like the Ellen Show is consistent money. Consistent exposure. So basically,
it brings her exposure up completely.
So Tiffany Haddish would then be in a position to become what Ellen did, to become what Bill Maher still does from Real Time, which is you have this anchor that pays you incredibly well, and then you fly to casinos every Friday and Saturday night all over America, and you make quadruple what you would normally make to do a stand-up
Doing
set.
the show, yeah.
Right? And then that's where you make your money, is that you now she has the platform, and then she can do stand-up and charge 4 times the amount for stand-up.
So we'll see what happens. I don't necessarily, I'm not calling her a liar.
I know. It's hard.
But I don't necessarily believe that someone hasn't reached out to her already. Like talks aren't happening behind the scenes. I could be wrong.
Right.
And maybe nothing has happened.
Right.
But I would like to see Tiffany Haddish
I think she'd be great at it.
in that talk show host role. Absolutely.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Johnathan Knight is best known as being a member of New Kids on the Block, but for some of us who didn't know, he owns a farm, he raises animals, he renos and flips homes, and now renos farms that sit on like acres and acres of land, like real big projects that you'll see on his new show, Farmhouse Fixer, on HGTV Canada this Sunday night. Johnathan Knight, welcome to the Roz and Mocha Show. How are you, buddy?
Good.
This is a fantastic show, and there's one thing when you start getting into farm life that you notice right off the bat, and you are not precious about your footwear at all.
No, not at all.
You can't even be precious about the clothing that you're wearing either, right? Like, you know you're going to get dirty all the time.
Lots of dirt, lots of poop.
So before we get to Farmhouse Fixer and sort of how you got involved in that world, how long have you been a farm guy?
Actually, when we lived in the city, I was probably 12. There were no restrictions back then. So we had pigs, we had goats, we had sheep, we had a pony. Like, we had all these animals just in our front yard. And then it was when I was 20, I moved up out of the city into the country and bought 20 acres up here and just started going crazy from there.
Wow. And who knew that you had, like, I mean, obviously maybe like your close friends, but like the public, we didn't know that you had this double life where you're touring the world with the rest of New Kids, but then also at home, you're like raising animals.
Yeah. I mean, for me, it was great. You know, it's so stressful being on tour, living on a bus. You know, there's really no sense of home. You're just going from city to city to city. So, you know, coming home, being out in the country, and, you know, we had woods behind us. It was just a good stress reliever for me.
With Farmhouse Fixer, by the way, debuting on HGTV Canada, 11 p.m. this Sunday. What is it that you like about this show?
Oh my goodness, I love everything about it. I mean, it's been something I've been working on for the last 8 years, and you know, just now to have it on HGTV is so incredible. But it's just, you know, it's going into these people's houses and fixing them up and just really giving them something special and just seeing the look on their eyes when it's done. You know, I mean, a renovation can really change a person's life. So I think that really is the best part, is the giving this gift to these homeowners.
How many circumstances or instances over the years, because you've been flipping, how many houses have you flipped and renovated?
I can't even count anymore. When
like hundreds.
When New Kids ended in 94 is when I started, and we just been going steady since.
Do you find still that you will meet people who are such a fan that they don't know any of this, and when you actually start doing things and they realize that you can do the things you say they do, they're just consistently blown away?
Yeah. I mean, I'm pretty out there on my Instagram and stuff like that. So, you know, I just think this is, you know, being able for people to follow me on a day-to-day basis and go through projects from start to finish. I think a lot of people really never understood the scope of my work and what I do. So, you know, it's so good that it's finally coming to Canada and you know, the Canadian fans can all see it.
It's got to be overwhelming when you have a title of a show called Farmhouse Fixer, where typically some of the reno shows or rebuilding shows, they're taking part or they're repiecing back together one room, a part of the house. Whereas, you know, the episode that I watched yesterday, you took down an entire barn, half of a house, had to rebuild that half of the house, and then the original structure, you had to redo the inside of it. Like, that's got to be a lot of pressure and quite the task.
Yeah, it is. I mean, and with a TV schedule, we have to be right on schedule. Nothing can fall behind, or else we won't make our deadline. So the pressure of getting the houses done in time and, you know, getting them done right. You know, just because we're on a TV schedule, it still has to be done right.
When all of this happened, when COVID, everybody's lives just went upside down. You guys obviously couldn't tour, but the other thing that you guys couldn't do was you and Harley couldn't get married. What is up with that? There was talk of eloping. Did you elope? Is there still a wedding? Is there still a wedding planned? What's happening?
You know, COVID threw everybody for a loop. You know, we still haven't really planned on the things we missed out on. So who knows? You know, we've been together 13 years, so that in itself is speaks volumes.
Was Harley a farm guy too, or did you have to convert him?
No, when I first talked to, like, because we lived in LA, then we lived in New York, and I hated both places. I always wanted to come back home, and I was really nervous when he said that he would make the move up here. And I think it took him maybe a month just to settle down and get used to it being quiet. But he's the one now that takes care of the goats and the ducks and the chickens and the horses. Like, he's the one out there at 6 a.m, like, feeding all the animals. So he's fallen into it really well.
Johnathan Knight, thank you so much. We appreciate your time. We know you're a busy guy. Farmhouse Fixer, HGTV Canada, this Sunday night at 11 o'clock. Have you talked to the guys in New Kids, like the plan once COVID is done and we can all get together and concerts are able to happen again? Do you guys have a plan set in place? Have you talked about touring? Have you talked about getting together again to do shows for the fans and what that's going to look like?
You know, America, we're doing a lot better with COVID than you guys are currently doing in Canada. So it's really just, we're taking everything day by day, and we have plans laid out in case not.
Gotcha.
So, I mean, it's looking really well here in the States. So I think that, you know, by next year, we'll definitely be back out on tour and performing up there, and just I think things will be back to normal by then.
Amazing. Johnathan Knight, we appreciate you so much, brother, and we love you. Thank you so much for joining us on the Roz and Mocha Show.
Awesome. Thanks for having me, guys.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Yo, Towson.
Hi.
What's going on? It's Roz and Mocha. How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
We're doing great. We got a tweet from you that says you're listening online to the Roz and Mocha Show from Nigeria.
Exactly. I got to work and I, just went online. I have a lot of work to do, but I would like to, because of the load and everything, the workload, I would like to relax and clear my head with the music and all. So I decided to, just tune into Kiss and I'm enjoying the mix. The mix is even helping me relax also.
How did you find us?
There's this online radio, Radio Garden. So I was just searching through. And sometimes yesterday evening, I just stumbled upon Kiss. I was enjoying the program.
So this is your very first day listening to the Roz and Mocha Show.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, damn. Well, Towson, welcome. We are Roz and Mocha. He's Roz and Mocha. And we've been doing this show now almost 12 years together.
Wow. That's a long time. That's a long time.
How's Nigeria right now?
Oh, Nigeria is good. We're surviving. Everything's going great.
And are you working from home or are you actually like in an office?
I'm working from the office right now. But we actually have this, it's like a shift kind of situation where we're divided into groups. Some particular set have to work from home, while the other set will work from the office. Okay, so and it's like weekly. So this week I'm currently working from the office. So next week I'll be working from home.
You got your COVID shots?
Yes, I did. I've actually gotten the first shot. I think I'll be taking the second shot in June. I've been scheduled for June for the second shot.
What shot you get? Which one you get?
The AstraZeneca.
Oh, yes, sir. AZ gang over here too, brother.
Here we go.
Roz and I got our first shot of AZ as well. So
I was so sick I thought I had malaria.
Wow. I also before while we're getting ready for the shots, we were actually advised to take maybe like a medicine, painkillers, just to relieve the effects.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
We had to take it to, just to relieve the effect, because, there are people who complained of, fever after taking the shot, maybe a day or two after taking the shot. Yeah.
Cool. So Roz and I both got our AZ shot on the same day, like an hour apart. And Roz's effects that it had on him. He was like down and out for an entire 24 hours, whereas I felt completely fine. Like he couldn't show up to work the next day, but I did. And the only thing that I really experienced was a little bit of pain in my arm where I got the shot, and that was about it.
Maury, who you were just speaking with earlier, has a question for you.
I just think for those that don't know, can you tell us where Nigeria is?
Hold on, wait. Before you answer,
don't say anything.
Maury,
Don't say anything.
where do you think Nigeria is?
Yes.
Well, I could tell you it's not in North America.
Why would you say that? Why would you say that?
Because I feel like we would see more, I guess, advertisements to fly there.
Okay, so what is then in North America? Hang on a sec, Tossin. What is in North America?
North America is Canada and the U.S.
Okay, and?
Ecuador.
Ecuador.
Because the equator is
Interesting.
sort of in between.
Interesting. Okay, so
where do you think Nigeria is?
Okay, I'm going to say it's close to Africa.
Close to Africa.
How close? How close?
I'm going to say you can't walk there.
From?
Like you can't walk to Africa from Nigeria.
Okay.
But you can
take a Sunday and drive.
Okay, so how big is Africa then?
Oh, Africa's huge.
Like
there's other parts of Africa.
Which are?
Northwest, east, south.
What are all those little parts in Africa called?
The continents.
No. Some people call them countries.
Oh, sure.
Yes. Okay. So Africa is not a
country.
Correct. Africa is a
continent.
It is a. If it's not a country, it is a. If it's not an ocean, it is a.
Oh, it's a mass of land.
It's not a mountain.
No,
it is Africa is. Africa is.
Tossin's like, yo, thank God I missed out on 12 years of this.
I know. Africa is a
continent.
Continent. Yes, sir. Okay.
So where's Nigeria?
Just so you know, bro, Maury's so proud of himself right now. Like he
answer.
literally just shot his hand up for a high five. Okay, so yes, Nigeria is in Africa.
Oh my God, I was right.
No, you were not.
No, you were completely wrong.
Completely wrong.
Tossin, I know it's only been a day that you've been listening to the Roz and Mocha Show. So first of all, welcome, and we hope that you'll join us every single day.
Yes.
Between Roz and Mocha, we ask this question to like pretty much everybody that calls in. Between Roz and Mocha, who's your favorite?
Okay, for now, maybe after listening to maybe in the next couple of days or months, maybe I would have another favorite.
Mm-hmm.
But right now, I think Roz.
You think me?
Yes.
Yes.
Roz, yeah.
I love that. I will take that.
Any particular reason why?
Well, I think it's calm. I think it's calm.
I'm calm, right?
Yeah, Roz, very calm.
Yeah, it's calm. Yeah, it's very calm.
You know me. Nailed it.
He's calm, Roz.
Well, from the pictures on the website,
yeah,
pictures on the website, I think. Then from his voice, I think he's calm. So I think
sir. You are not wrong. You are not wrong.
Well, Tossin, thank you again. We're gonna hang on to your number. Is it okay if we give you a shout like every couple of months, just to check in?
Sure.
Yeah?
Sure.
Absolutely.
Sure.
All right, brother. Much love to you. Thank you so much, man. You be safe.
Thank you very much. It's nice speaking with you guys.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Go Leafs, go! Go Leafs, go! Game 1 tonight against the Habs, 7:30.
There are houses divided. This hasn't happened in 42 years, and up to this point, Leafs fans and Habs fans all over this country have been able to sort of live in harmony. It's been okay. Mm-hmm. We haven't had to do battle with our own families because clearly these are the two most popular teams in the country. With fans across the whole place. But houses are now divided. Habs fans and Leafs fans have been living comfortably together forever until now.
Hi, Victoria. Are you a Leafs fan or Habs fan?
Honestly, I want to stay like neutral, but to be honest, I'm going to say I'm a Leafs fan just for the sake of my dad not killing me.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
And your boyfriend, what, is a Habs fan?
Yeah, he's like diehard Habs.
Oh, wow. What's his name?
It's Nissan.
Nissan. Yo, Nissan, what's up?
Hey, how are you?
Good. So what's it like for you guys going in tonight, being in a house divided or a family divided? This could explode, huh?
Yeah, honestly, I have my family who are like diehard Leaf fans. Like I'm talking like serious, like decades and decades of like this obsession with them. Like my grandfather, he's been a Leafs fan since like 1965. My dad's been a Leafs fan since '77, and they just have this obsession with this team. Like my mom, for instance, in the 1979-1980 season, the Leafs had this, the Leafs had this goalie at the time who was Mike Palmateer.
Yeah.
And he had suffered this major injury that he was hospitalized for.
Yeah.
And my mom actually found out the hospital he was staying at, pretended to be his wife to sneak into the hospital room to see if he was okay.
Oh my God.
Okay.
And what happened?
Yeah. So she got in.
Oh wow. Okay. Oh wow. Oh wow.
Yeah. Like, so I'm talking like dedicated Leaf fans.
Yeah. So are you guys going to be watching any of the games together with your family?
Yeah, we will be, and it's my worst nightmare.
Oh no. Oh no.
Yeah.
What's it like for you, Nissan?
I'm on an island by myself, basically. I'm stranded alone. I'm trying to corrupt her, though.
Do you get along with her dad?
Everything's just hockey, yeah.
Everything. Do you guys talk hockey at all?
It's usually just Habs suck, pretty much.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Like, honestly.
Wow.
My dad just like despises him for liking that team. Like he's
no.
Yeah, like he loses his mind. He won't make like eye contact with us. He won't speak to us.
Do you guys ever watch games together, like with your dad?
Yeah, and it's like my worst nightmare. Like I can't stand it.
Bad news. It's bad news all around. Well,
yeah, literally.
All the best for game 1 tonight, you guys.
Thank you, because I'm gonna need it.
Thanks, guys. Take care.
Here we go.
The Roz and Mocha Show
Podcast.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Uh-huh. Hey, Mocha.
Yeah.
You ready?
Yeah.
Let's do the news!
A Roz and Mocha Show and Kiss 92.5 News Break.
Jennifer Lawrence had the best reaction to Bennifer 2.0. So Jennifer Lawrence was on a podcast with her friend, Heather McMahon. So Heather McMahon was a guest on this podcast, and I guess Jennifer Lawrence was just hanging out with them. I think the podcast is called The Bitch Bible.
Okay.
And as they were recording the podcast, I guess Jennifer Lawrence was like just flipping through her phone and got the alert that Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez had just gotten back together. Listen to this.
Breaking news. Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck are back together. They're on vacation. They are on vacation with each other right now. Clicking link in bio. Shut the up. Is that a reputable news source, or do we have to say allegedly? No, it's pretty reputable. Okay, so allegedly, they're in Montana. Oh my god. Oh, she's so low maintenance and down to earth.
So, wait, I missed that last part.
Oh, yeah,
What'd
the
you
last
say?
part's great.
What'd you say? Hold on, I missed that.
Allegedly, they're in Montana. Oh my god. Oh, she's so low maintenance and down to earth in Montana.
Yeah, but you know what? Their reaction to the news is literally
It's so
like everybody
great.
else who read the story for the very first time.
It's so great. I love her.
Natural,
She's
just
awesome.
pure. I love it.
The Roz and Mocha Show Podcast.
Apparently, Elon Musk's net worth dropped nearly $20 billion since he hosted SNL last week.
Yikes.
But it's
Sorry,
not
did you say 20 million or
20
billion?
billion.
Oh, God.
But it's not because of reviews or anything like that. According to Forbes, which reported his drop in wealth yesterday, it's a combination of Elon Musk's two big financial interests. One is cryptocurrency, and the other is, of course, Tesla, both losing value over the week. So he's still worth like $145 billion or something like that. But Tesla dropped 18.2% since Thursday. And Dogecoin, the big crypto that Elon Musk is a huge fan of, is down 6%. And then he also said that Tesla was no longer going to be accepting Bitcoin for Teslas because he made that announcement a couple of weeks ago that they would.
Yeah.
And then he stopped because the mining process for Bitcoin is apparently terrible for the environment. I don't even know how you do it. I don't even
I thought it was
understand.
digital
I don't
currency.
know, bro. I don't understand. Okay? I don't know. I read
So
that.
is he sad? Do we have to start a GoFundMe for him?
For
For Elon Musk. How much did he lose? $2 billion?
No, $20 billion.
Oh, $20 billion. He must be so sad.
It's not like he lost it, right? It's not like he looks at opens up his app on his phone and looks at his bank account and sees that he's down 20 mil, right? It's just, it's wealth. Like, it's what he's worth. It's what all his sort of assets are worth. So when you look at
I'm sure he's still sad.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I would be too, but how sad could you be if you were worth, like, how honestly, if you were today worth $145 billion, and then tomorrow you woke up and you were worth $125 billion.
Well, I would want to work back up to the highest point.
You would. Yes. I don't even think that would bother me.
It would suck. What if you had plans and it cost
stop
that
it
much?
with the plans. What plans cost? What?
What if you're like, this summer I'm going to buy a boat and it's I have
build,
to
like, what are you building Wakanda? Like, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
You've mapped this out.
No. But would you honestly though, like, if you were worth $145 billion today and you woke up tomorrow worth $125 billion, that would bother you?
A little bit.
It would, huh?
Because I'd be like, well, what happened? Now I need to investigate, and now I need to get back up.
But you know what happened.
You'd put your phone down and roll over and go back to sleep.
You know what happened. The market happened, right?
I drive
things
around
go
in my
up,
Cybertruck.
Things go
sad.
down. You wouldn't care.
Yeah, I'd be listening
you wouldn't
to
care. What are you, like Olivia Rodrigo driving around looking for your 20 mil?
Yeah.
Like it's a boyfriend?
I'd be listening to all sad Drake music.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Big Jersey Shore news.
Oh, yeah. Hold on.
Okay. What are you doing? What are you doing back there? What are you even doing?
FPC.
What?
FPC.
What's that mean?
Fist pump.
Yeah.
And then I do a push up.
Okay.
And then I got to put on my chapstick.
Oh. Oh, my God.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
I'm ready.
You ready?
Yeah.
I had no idea what you just did. Ronnie is out.
What do you mean?
Ronnie's leaving the show.
No, is he really?
Yeah, he says,
Ron?
he says after talking to the team at MTV, we have mutually agreed that I will step away from the show while I seek medical treatment for mental health issues that I've been ignoring for a long time. He goes on to say, my number one goal is now facing my struggles head on. The process will be difficult, but my number one priority is to get healthy and be the best man and the best father I can for my daughter. This statement came yesterday, just hours after it was announced that Ronnie would not be charged in his domestic violence case. They said, we are happy that after further investigation by both the LA County District Attorney's Office and the LA City Attorney's Office determined that criminal charges were not warranted against Ronnie related to the incident that occurred back in April. Ron's lawyer said in a statement, as we previously stated, there was a rush to judgment by the media. We will review the alleged violation of probation claim and deal with it accordingly. But yeah, so right now the priority is to get him the help he needs, but no Ron. Ron's gone.
Stop.
Yeah.
Yeah, that guy's been going through it. And we're like 2 weeks away from the, I know, because you were the one that brought it up to me to remind me that we're 2 weeks away from the premiere of the new season of Jersey Shore Family Vacation.
Did I remind you of that? That seems very unlike me.
No, you did.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure you
I
did.
did?
Mhm.
Really?
Yeah, June 3rd.
I don't think I did.
I'm pretty sure you did.
I don't think I did.
Yeah, I think you did.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
You know, don't try. You know my memory's terrible, right? Don't.
Yeah.
This is trickery right now.
No, it's not. You reminded me.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. I put it in my calendar.
I don't think I did though.
You did.
Did I?
Yeah.
Okay, whatever. If you say so, man. I can't fight you on this. I can't fight you.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
I don't know if you follow A-Rod on Insta, and I don't know who took this picture, or we were in the middle of whatever.
Are we getting into sad A-Rod?
But A-Rod, there's a picture of A-Rod where he only captioned the picture, din with my girls, daddy, #daddy dinner date. And it's A-Rod at the table with Natasha and Ella, who are 16 and 13. And I don't know whether it's always like this or what, but there's an empty place setting at one end of the table.
Oh, no. Come on.
Right. I don't know if other people were there and they're just not in the picture or what it is, but everybody jumped on this because it's like another sad A-Rod moment where he's like din with my girls, but there's like one girl missing and there's
Like
there's an empty place setting at the end.
Like just in case she shows up?
And it's not even just like a plate at the end. It's a plate with like the napkin and the fork and stuff on the plate. Like it's an actual place setting.
Oh,
right?
That's sad. Sad Rod. That's
Yes.
so sad.
Sad Rod. And I know, right?
Oh, poor guy.
I know.
Like, does he think like at some point during that meal, like J-Lo's
She's just
gonna
gonna
walk
come
in
waltzing in?
and be like, guys, I'm here for dinner.
Yeah.
We can talk about everything else later, but right now I am starving.
Yeah. And these headlines are brutal too. Listen to this one from the Daily Mail. Alex Rodriguez has table setting for empty chairs for dinner with his daughters as Jennifer Lopez cozies up to Ben Affleck. Like people
Bro,
are
that's
just
so harsh.
savage, right? People are just so hard.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Scarlett Johansson won the Generation Award. God, they have some really wild names for awards at the MTV Movie and TV Awards. Scarlett Johansson won the Generation Award. She accepted from home where her husband, Colin Jost, slimed her.
It's my great pleasure to share with you a sneak peek from a film that is the culmination of 10 years of work and one of the greatest...
MTV, you got slimed!
That's Nickelodeon!
I'm very, very sorry.
Get a towel.
I'll get a towel.
Don't touch me. Don't touch me. No, don't me.
I mean, it's really in your
No,
hair.
let me get it.
Love you.
Where did you even get this?
Amazon.
Can I tell you, I love them as a couple.
Yeah, you do, huh?
Yeah, they're
More than
so
you more
fun.
than you love Scarlett Johansson and Ryan Reynolds?
Oh. This is why the aliens think we're dumb.
Because this is what we think about. You have more thoughts on whether you like Scarlett Johansson and Colin Jost better than Scarlett Johansson and Ryan Reynolds more than you care about UFOs. That's why we're derp.
Yeah.
Right?
Look,
That's
my
why.
I'm thinking about it so hard, my eyes switching right now.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
For the first time in 50 years, NBC will start their fall season with no half-hour comedies on the schedule.
What? Wait, what? They have no comedies?
Not for the
At all?
fall. Not for the fall. They're saving their returning comedies, Kenan, Mr. Mayor, and Young Rock, for 2022.
Wait, for like fall of 2022?
No, spring. So they're going to be
Oh,
mid-season.
that's so far. That's next year.
those are all mid-season shows. So the final season of Brooklyn, but the final season of Brooklyn Nine-Nine will air in August after the Olympics if they happen.
Yeah.
But will be wrapped before the actual official start of the fall. So this is the first time in 50 years that NBC's going into the fall with no comedies on their schedule.
Interesting.
They've loaded up on like the Dick Wolf shows, the Chicago shows, all of
Yeah.
that stuff. And if anybody is wondering, because we know that This Is Us is returning to go into its last season, This Is Us also not on the fall schedule, which means that This Is Us is happening in 2022.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Did they give a reason?
Yeah, they believe that comedies do better when they're not in competition with other things that debut in the fall. They feel that comedies do better when they're mid-season, when they start in January. After the holidays, all this stuff. That's when they feel that comedies do better. So they're going heavy on drama in the fall and then big on comedy in January.
Drama, girl.
I know, but now you got to go like that 2022. That's like, it's a while from now.
Yeah.
Right? It's a while from now. Like we're going to wait a full year.
Until I can watch Young Rock again?
Yeah. Yeah.
Dumb.
Yeah. No, it's not. It's not cool.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Matthew McConaughey still sort of weighing his options of running for Texas governor. He's apparently been quietly making calls to influential people in Texas political circles, including a, quote, deep-pocketed moderate Republican and energy CEO to take their temperature on the race and talk about seriously throwing his hat into the ring, according to multiple people familiar with these conversations. So most political strategists in that world say that McConaughey won't sacrifice his sort of beloved cultural icon status to get into all the dirtiness of politics, because that's what it's going to take. And then the other problem is that McConaughey tends to talk issues, right, as opposed to would you run as Democrat, would you run Republican, or would you run independent? He calls himself like a hardcore centrist, right? So he focuses on individual issues, which to a lot of people is very appealing, but you can't run that way because you know what happens when you run as an independent, which is you hack apart all the other votes, and then whoever the Republican is will wind up winning, right? So that's the problem with that, is that McConaughey may have to decide on a party, which as soon as he does, will alienate half his audience, right? You can't just be the, I only want to talk about the issues guy anymore when it comes right down to it, if you actually want to win. But he's considering it. He's still making calls.
Wow.
He's still doing his thing. I don't know.
But what party is he going to go to? You don't know.
Nah, God, deciding on that when you're Matthew McConaughey is real tough.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, he's in the right spot for it. He lives in Austin, Texas, which is a weird little sort of liberal pocket within.
Ain't no party like an S Club party.
That is true.
That's a party.
Yeah, the S Club party. What party you belong to? That was like Kanye. What was Kanye's party? The birthday party, right? Isn't that what he said? Isn't that what he said he wanted to do?
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Colton Underwood, who recently came out publicly as gay, has no time for inappropriate fan questions. So I guess on social media, I don't know, Instagram, where there's these new things I see pop up all the time where it's like the black and white bubble at the top, and then it has just like a question in it or something like that. So Colton Underwood was doing that with fans, and one fan wrote, "How many guys have you done stuff with?"
Oh, wow.
And then, so Colton replied in text and said this: "Let me vent for a second. Questions like this are inappropriate. I understand you might know me from The Bachelor, where I shared a lot about my personal life. I've set boundaries, and I'm respecting myself in a way that will lead me to a healthier life. I never asked to be labeled the Virgin Bachelor and have people feel the security to ask me questions about my sex life. It just happened, and during that time, I thought I had no choice other but to just go with it, or the network would be mad. I know differently now. I'll share what I want, and this won't be done, and this won't be one of those things." So he will not answer any questions about, quote unquote, how many guys he's done stuff with.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Ricky Schroeder's trying to cancel Costco. So Ricky Schroeder, former child star, if you are unfamiliar with him, he used to star in a show called Silver Spoons when he was a little kid with Jason Bateman. Jason Bateman? Yeah. And then he did a quick stint on NYPD Blue, I believe, which was another show, a network cop show years later. And then really nothing else, right? Just typical like child star fading, Scott Baio type guy, right? So Rick Schroeder shows up at a Costco and starts harassing the guy standing out front of a Costco because he won't let Rick Schroeder in because Rick Schroeder's not wearing a mask, and Rick Schroeder's there trying to get a refund on his Costco membership. Listen to this.
Why aren't you letting me in? Because in the state of California and the county of Los Angeles, there has been and Costco, there's been no change to our mask policy. Nationwide Costco that said you don't need to wear a mask. Actually, that's not accurate. What is accurate? The mandate in California has not changed. There does seem to be the possibility that in June, that's a date that California, I know, if they allow us, if they grant us that, our kings, the people in power, you're going to listen to these people? Well, I know they've destroyed our economy. Well, they're destroying our culture. They're destroying our state. I see. And you're just going to listen to their rules. What we are going to do is simply follow the guidelines. Okay. I'm getting my refund from Costco. I suggest everybody in California get their refund from Costco. Give up your membership to Costco until they remove this.
Nah. You idiot. This has, it's interesting because this immediately becomes political, right?
Yeah.
Whatever side you're on and all this stuff, what you believe. But I watch this and I'm like, I don't care what somebody's politics are in a situation like this. I don't care how somebody votes. I don't care what side of the aisle they're on. This is just an example of somebody being a huge a-hole to somebody who's just trying to do their job.
Mm-hmm. And bravo to that Costco employee.
Just super
completely
chill, right?
Kept his cool the entire time.
Poor guy. My God.
Yeah. You think he wants to be standing up outside wearing a mask?
He doesn't want to be there, man. Then he's got to deal with Ricky Schroeder showing up and grinding his gears at work.
Yeah.
You know, like imagine.
Let me do my thing.
Most of us will go through our lives without having Ricky Schroeder show up at work and be an a-hole to us. and then film it. You know what I mean? Like most
Yo,
of
can
us
you
will
imagine
go
if we
through our
walked in this door
lives.
right now?
Right.
Hey, guys, you talking about me?
Honestly, I got tons of questions about silver spoons. So I get a few in before I'd let them go off.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Kobe Bryant went into the Basketball Hall of Fame on Saturday, and his wife Vanessa gave a fantastic speech. Here's a little bit of that.
Kobe had many accomplishments. 5-time NBA champion, 5-time New York Times best-selling author, 18-time All-Star, a league MVP, and 2-time Finals MVP. 2-time Olympic gold medal winner. He is also the first professional athlete to win an Oscar. The list goes on, but his most cherished accomplishment was being the very best girl dad. Congratulations, baby. All of your hard work and sacrifices paid off. You once told me, if you're going to bet on someone, bet on yourself. I'm glad you bet on yourself, you overachiever. You did it. You're in the Hall of Fame now. You're a true champ. You're not just an MVP. You're an all-time great.
Great, huh?
Goosebumps.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
There is a woman in California who says that she put her $26 million lottery ticket through the laundry.
Oh, damn.
Right. So here's the thing, is that they know the store where it was sold.
Yeah.
The people at the store have video, like security camera footage of this woman buying that ticket at that specific time. The people who work at that store know who she is. She's a regular. They're all friendly.
Oh, bet. Get your money.
No.
Why
That's
not?
not good enough.
Why?
That's not good enough because you have to, it's security footage does not prove anything. In order to sort of file your claim, you have to give proof that you were in possession of the lottery ticket, meaning they want a picture of either the front or the back of it that you've taken of the ticket in order to prove that you own the ticket. Here's the problem, though. So the woman who laundered her $26 million lottery ticket doesn't get the money. The store that sold the ticket gets $130,000 because they get a bonus for selling.
Yeah, of course.
And all that money then goes to the California public school system. So 19.7 mil will go to the California public school system. Big jackpots are rarely unclaimed, but it does happen. There have been several $20 million prizes that haven't been claimed since 1997. And in 2015, somebody had a ticket that was worth $63 million and never claimed it.
No. Lost ticket, right?
$63
Had to have been.
million. Yeah.
Had to have been a lost ticket.
But this woman's on video at the store buying that ticket, and she's not going to get the money.
Not even like a free play?
No, that's what I said. I was just like something, right? I don't need, okay, let's not say, give me the encore.
Yeah.
Right? I'll give the rest to the schools.
Give me a free play. Give me some scratch tickets.
Something. Something. Yeah, no. Done, though. 26 mil.
Oh, damn.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
So the story was that over the weekend, Nick Jonas hurt himself on set of some new show, and it was bad enough that he had to be taken by ambulance to the hospital and then was released Sunday, so it required him to like an overnight stay in a hospital. But the story was that he was going to be back on The Voice last night, and he was. And this is Nick Jonas explaining what happened over the weekend.
Before we get started, let's just turn to our friend Nick Jonas. Nick, how are you feeling, buddy?
I'm feeling okay. I've been better, but I'm doing all right. Cracked rib from a spill on a bike and a few other bumps and bruises, but I just want to go ahead and say that in case I'm not as physically enthusiastic as I usually am. But Blake, please don't make me laugh too much because it kind of hurts so loud.
You're just trying to get sympathy votes on this show. That's all you're doing.
It's a big elaborate plan.
Yeah. Well, we're glad you're okay. We're glad you're here.
Broken rib. You ever had one of those?
Yeah. No. Have you?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Does it hurt like to do things?
Yeah.
Like to breathe, to laugh, to talk?
Everything. I've
Does it
had
hurt,
I've had a broken rib, but I've also torn the muscle in between two ribs.
Yeah.
That hurt more.
Really?
Yeah,
Does
that
it hurt
hurt
to shower
more.
and stuff?
It doesn't hurt in the shower, but the most terrifying thing is when you feel a sneeze coming on.
Oh, no. So what do? Do you have to like hug yourself?
it's just you fall on the floor. Like if you're
Really?
standing and you sneeze, you will fall on the floor.
Oh,
Like it's incredible.
Could you bend
it's
over and put
incredible
on pants?
Not well, no.
Huh.
It's not. Nothing is easy, right? Like
It
nothing.
must hurt to like put on a shirt too.
Everything hurts. Like everything hurt.
Man.
Like everything hurts. Like laughing. Like you take a deep breath. A yawn hurts.
Oh, no.
Like all of those.
Yeah,
like
you-
no.
You pray
like,
that you don't get tired one day.
Yeah. Tired. Like
Yeah.
allergy season. Late night allergy season. If you got a broken rib, you're done. You're
Yeah.
done. You're yawning and sneezing, and you
If you
forget
get a break
about
a
it.
rib, like let it happen in the winter.
January is the best time to break a rib.
Right after the holidays.
Yeah.
Roz and Mocha Q&A.
Lots of questions to get through today. We invite Ashley and say hello.
Hello.
How are you, Ashley?
I'm amazing. How are you doing?
We're good. What is your question for the room?
Okay, so what is the most mundane thing that your partner, husband, or your wife does that's sexy to you?
Oh, like
right.
like mundane sexy.
Yeah, yeah.
What's your answer, Ashley?
Okay, so I got two. Okay, so my first one is when we're reversing. So my fiance, when he reverses in a car and uses one hand, that's sexy to me.
Okay, so he takes his right hand and he puts it over the back of the passenger seat. Okay, yeah.
Yes. And then the second one is when he's giving directions, because I can't, like, I'm so directionally challenged. So when I hear him describing, like, hey, northeast corner, then you go south on this street, I don't even listen to anything he's saying because I just think it's sexy. Like, I can't. I'm just going to finish this conversation right now.
Oh, excuse me.
You're like, yo, we're going to pull over and take care of this real quick.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so those are my two examples.
Oh, interesting. Maury.
Yeah.
Maury.
I find it super sexy when my husband spells stuff for me. When I ask him how to spell something, and he
he's-
tells me how to spell
And
it.
he's sitting there and he's like, THE.
See, right there, even that gave me tingles.
So you'll say, Matthew, how do you spell whatever? And just off the top of his head, he'll be able to spell that word.
I find that so hot because it's really mature.
What, spelling properly?
Yeah, but I could see why you would find that hot, because it's somebody who does something with just such great ease, and it's something that you have a difficulty with, right? And
Yeah.
oftentimes, if that person is in your life, I can see how that could be a turn on easily, where you can't spell something and then he just barks it out. Yeah.
What was the last thing you asked him to spell that turned you on so much?
Hypothesis.
Hypothesis. And he got that right?
Yeah.
Like just off the top of his head
He may
like
have-
that?
He was in the other room. He may have Googled it. I don't know.
Yeah.
But in my mind, he got it off the top of
But
his head.
what in what context were you using that word?
I
That you
was
had
t-
to ask him to spell
I was
it.
texting nonsense with somebody,
Oh,
and I
right.
wanted to sound smart.
So wait a minute, you were flirting with some Instagram model on your phone, and you needed to jokingly write hypothesis, so you asked
I
your
asked my
husband
husband
how to
how to
spell
spell
it,
it to
so
help
you didn't
me
look
look
like a
good.
fool
Yes.
in front of a shirtless
That's right,
Instagram model.
yes.
Okay, wow.
Did Matthew
Interesting.
know that you were
That's hot.
using that word to spell?
I don't see how
for-
that's relevant to the story.
Did he ask you? Like, what's his word for it?
No,
You
'cause
probably
he's busy.
lied.
No, he's busy doing his thing, so he just
okay.
rhymes it off and back to work.
So you didn't like
Yeah.
lie to him and be like, oh no, it's just something for the show, for work.
No, he why would he question what I need spelling for?
Yeah. This is a fantastic opportunity, because we're saying all this publicly, though. This is a fantastic opportunity to say things that, even if I don't believe it, but on the off chance that Catherine does hear this, may help me in a big way. Like, I could say, I find it extremely hot when Catherine empties the litter boxes.
Oh, right.
Right.
Or recycling.
Or the recycling. But I don't.
Yeah.
But if she hears this, I think that maybe that she would then want to do it more, because she would like to turn me on by doing stuff like that.
I mean, I find it really hot and sexy when Matthew cooks dinner.
Right. There you go.
Or like, I
See?
love, it's such a big turn on when Jenna takes all the Amazon boxes that we get delivered to the house and flattens them herself
Yeah.
and like leaves them in the garage
Yes.
and doesn't put them in the blue bin just to take up all that space.
So hot. So hot. You know what I do find hot, though, is if we ever have to go somewhere and I've had like a terrible week, or it's on Friday and we all woke up in the middle of the night to come in and do this show, and then we're driving somewhere else. If she's driving and we have to go, if we're in the car for like 40 minutes, an hour, wherever we have to go, Catherine will always look at me and say, "Why don't you just put your head down and take a nap?"
Oh,
right?
that's so cute.
Meaning like I got this, and then I'm always like, God, that's like so sweet of you. But I also find that to be a super turn on, where she just looks at me, because rarely does somebody ever look at me and go, "Don't worry, I got this," right? Like you just chill. I got this, and so I find that to be an incredible turn on, right?
Bless you, Maury.
Yeah, because I'm
How sexy was that?
yeah, I find that stuff to be a turn on.
Yeah, that's
right?
real nice.
Yeah,
I also find it sexy when Matthew is in bed reading. Sorry to interrupt.
in bed reading.
Like if he's just reading, and when he turns the page, like lifts his finger and turns the page.
I also find, and I know people have goofed on this over the years, and you even see it in movies and stuff like that. But when Catherine comes home, okay, she is in the house, I would say 30 seconds. She walks through the door, throws her keys on the counter, gives me a kiss on the forehead, disappears, comes back 10 minutes later in a robe.
Aw,
Okay,
yeah.
like it could be 5,
Uh-huh.
but if she's got nothing left to do, she does not hang out in clothes.
It's just robe time. All the time.
Robe time all the time.
See, I would find that eventually unsexy because you've seen it too often.
This is what I'm saying. And so people are always like, "Oh God, like what? You don't want to wear the nice clothes for me?" Like people have a real hang up about this. But for me, as soon as she's in robe time, right?
Yeah.
I start getting excited because I know give her 45 minutes, she's going to overheat, and then she takes the top half of the robe off, right?
yeah,
so she
boobs
just
out.
boobs out, right?
Yeah, but if you see Catherine's boobs all the time, do they eventually just become normal?
Honestly, Maury, I cannot tell you the last time I went a day without seeing Catherine's boobs outside of the bedroom.
Yeah, but eventually that just becomes unsexy.
No, it doesn't. No, you don't know boobs.
Yeah.
No, I don't.
Okay, you don't know boobs.
I don't. You're right.
You really don't. I will never. I made a promise to myself when I was 12 years old that I will never get tired of boobs, and I've stuck to it. Okay, I will never. I will never get bored of boobs. I'm in it for life. Mocha, what do you have?
So anytime Jenna just grabs my hand just to hold my hand, like we'll be walking, around the block, and she'll just grab my hand, or we'll be driving in the car.
Yeah.
And if I have a hand free, like my right hand free, she will just grab my hand and hold it.
I don't get that. Matthew won't hold my hand.
Or when she's just drying her hair.
Oh yeah, it's hot.
Oh. I love
That's
that.
hot. Have you ever held your partner's hand and just so comfortable with them that while still holding their hand, you'll dig your wedge?
With their hand?
No, like when you're holding hands, right? When you're holding hands, you can still use your index and your pinky, or your index and your thumb.
Oh,
right. So when their hands wrapped around your hand, have you not ever, still holding their hand, reached around and pulled out your wedge? You've never done
Not
that, huh?
at all.
Oh, okay.
No.
Oh, okay. Never mind. Matthew won't hold Maury's hand.
At all.
No.
But
But isn't it because he's
in the car?
But isn't it because he doesn't want?
Yeah.
He doesn't want problems about being
That's right. But even when
gay,
we're
right?
driving and we have super tinted windos and stuff, I will sometimes...
Your windows aren't that tinted, bro. I can tell you right now.
Really? I assumed they were. I paid for full tint.
No.
You got ripped off. You can fully see inside that car.
I'll slide
What's
my
going
hand
on?
under his leg.
Under his leg.
So his leg
Yeah,
is
yeah,
on
yeah.
top of my hand.
I know what
that's
under
we
means.
do.
I'm trying to figure out the logistics, though.
So, your
ju-
right hand under his left
So
leg.
you go palm down or palm up?
Palm down.
Palm down. Slide it under. Keep it
Or
warm.
sometimes I will just use my pointer finger and just put it on his knee and just drive while putting my finger on his knee.
Just resting one finger on him?
Why wouldn't you put your whole hand on his knee?
Because he's worried
grab
somebody
his
will
knee.
look in, so I'll just put one finger.
Look in, like look
Like
in
at
and
a
down.
red light, like if there's a car next to us.
Did you get super tint on your windows because you and Matthew, you wanted to put one finger on him and you don't want people to see?
That's exactly why.
Yeah.
And the back seat's way darker.
Right.
No, it's not.
Nothing goes on back there, Maury. We all know it. We all know nothing goes on in that. Nothing has ever gone on in that back seat.
But when I tinted the windows, there was the idea.
Have you guys ever made out in the car?
What's that?
You guys ever made out in the car? Like, have you ever parked somewhere and just like kind of
The
gone at
answer
it
is
a
no.
little bit?
If you got to think about it that long, answer is no.
I guess not.
No, I guess not. Yeah.
I know that I put my hand down his pants once and he got mad.
Yeah. Did you did you go in with like a fist, or did you was your hand open?
Hand
or
open and then closed
did
around
you start
things.
with that weird one finger that you put on his knee, and then it just went traveling? It went on a mission, and you just started poking around down there.
I wonder where this is
Right?
going.
Yeah. As a guy, this is the thing, Maury, is that as a guy, you should know that flicking is not a turn on, right?
He's like, ooh, GPS is telling us to go in this direction.
Yeah. No. Flicking.
You have reached your destination.
Flicking is not fun. I hope that answers your question.
Thank you,
It
Ashley.
sure does.
All
Thank
right, Ashley.
you.
We
got it,
appreciate
hon.
you. Have a great day.
Thank you so much. You too.
All right.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Okay, Robin says here, if you were ridiculously rich, what totally unnecessary thing would you do or get? I'd have someone massage my hands and feet every night while I watch TV.
Oh.
That's a real good one.
I would want a soft serve ice cream machine. You know, where you pull the handle down.
Oh, good one.
Yeah, that was just like was it Mr. Deeds? Was it Mr. Deeds that he had the...
What, the show?
No. Sorry, not Mr.
No, not Mr. Bean.
No.
Mr. Deeds is with Sandler, Adam Sandler,
Adam
right?
Sandler, yeah. You're
I
talking
think,
Mr.
yeah, I
Deeds.
think you're right.
Didn't he have which movie was it that Adam Sandler had the fruit punch water fountain?
Maybe Mr. Deeds?
Was that Mr. Deeds?
Maybe.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember what movie that was, but that's sort of like opulent
Oh.
overindulgence of just wealth
Like a
without.
7-Eleven slushy machine.
Yeah.
Oh, in the bedroom.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Like a 7-Eleven slushy machine in the bedroom, right?
Oh, man.
I'm trying to think of okay, geez, man, this is going to be.
Could you build? I would build.
You remember that picture that was snapped of like a year and a half or 2 years ago of Drake at home, like outside, and somebody had like bent over to tie shoelaces for him on his Air Force Ones?
Yes.
Like it would be something like that.
Right.
I would have someone always like either put my sneakers on for me and tie them up.
So you'd spend it on people, huh?
Lace
How
them
very,
like
how
that.
very colonial of you. Servants. That's interesting. I remember watching MTV Cribs years ago, and all those guys used to have like actual Starbucks machines in their houses.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
You know-
Like that was really cool. But
Deadmau5 bought a Tim Hortons sign and built like a Tim Hortons at his place.
did he?
Who?
Yeah.
Who did?
Deadmau5.
Did he
Yeah.
really?
Like an
Yeah.
actual from like a closing down Tim Hortons. He bought the sign from outside.
Yeah, he really loves Tim Hortons. That
Yeah.
guy. Yeah, it's crazy.
Or what if you hired like a Starbucks barista?
No, I would build a drive-through so I can drive around to my own house and then park and then go back in.
You know what I would do is I hate hot tubs, right?
Yeah.
Like I really I do not like hot tubs, but I love swimming. I would have a huge pool, right? Like a big pool, and I would heat it to 90 all year round.
Oh,
so even in
good
the
one.
winter, you could just go and swim. Not hot tub, not like a hot springs, but just like your actual pool would be. I would heat it to 90 all year. Like I think that I would spend an incredible amount of money on that.
I hate hot tubs.
Hate them. They're
And
gross.
the house that we live in right now had a hot tub. And I say had.
Okay.
Because we filled it in.
With what?
Just stone, and then I put like patio
You took
stones.
it out, like you removed the hot tub.
No,
Wait a second.
It's still there. They just filled it
Yeah.
and covered it up completely.
Wait a second. So was it like built into the ground?
It was in the ground.
Oh, I was thinking like one of those hot tubs that like people have on their deck.
Oh, no,
And I'm like,
no.
it still looks like a
No,
hot
no, no.
Oh.
It was in the ground.
It was in the ground.
Separate from where the pool is. Completely separate. Like you have to walk from the hot tub to the pool.
Right.
Like a couple of feet.
Yeah.
And it was just in an awkward space.
Yeah.
And there's like no protection around it. And
Right.
when we moved in, Cruz was like 2 years old.
Yeah.
Right. And plus
So
the
you
dog.
filled it.
So we filled it and then just put patio stone because it was like in an area where there's part of a walkway.
Yeah.
So you have to walk
Oh,
from one
wow.
section. You have to walk
filled your hot
around
tub.
the hot tub.
That's interesting.
To
Yeah.
continue your walk. So I
Yeah.
just filled it.
Yeah, I would too, I think.
That's
I think I would have done the same thing you did. Yeah. I don't like hot tubs at all.
And get this. So the guy that we bought the house from,
Yeah.
shortly after, he had offered to come by to show us a couple of things around the house. And I was like, okay, cool, no problem. He was talking to me about this hot tub.
Ew.
And he was a little showy-offy
Yeah.
with the kind of stone that was used and like the kind of tile and who he got to get this hot tub done. And
Yeah.
all this
no.
stuff about this advanced hot
no.
tub.
Yeah.
And then like 3 months later, we just
no.
filled it with gravel
Wow,
and stone.
jeez. That's
sorry.
Yeah. No, I'm with you on that. Hot tubs are gross. That's a ballsy move too. I'd invite him over. Just be like, I'd call him. You know what I do? I'd call him and I'm like, God, honestly, dude, when you were here, I was so curious because you kept going on and on about the hot tub. Where is it?
You'd be like, for real?
Yeah.
Okay, next question comes. Oh, this is great. Okay, do you have your computer open right now?
I do. Yes, sir.
David Moore, do you have your phone with you?
Sure, I'll get it.
Yeah, go get it.
Google?
Yes.
Okay. You're lucky.
Yes.
You're lucky I have that.
Open Google and then don't.
Don't Google
Google's
anything.
open. Don't do anything.
I'm not
okay?
doing nothing.
Dan Maury, don't start typing.
No, I'm opening up a browser. Okay.
Show me your phone.
Okay. So you have Google there?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, Sonia says, does IT ever check Roz's crazy search history?
Oh.
Right. The answer that we... Maury, stop scrolling.
No, I'm not.
Stop erasing stuff.
I'm not erasing anything. I'm looking for the history.
So go into Google, and I want to see, and I'll do this as well, what your last like 5 things are
How do I
that
do
you've...
that? I don't even know how to do that.
So just click on, like, in the search bar, and then it should automatically pop up everything that you've searched.
Oh, yeah, but it's just everything that I just searched for, like, in the like for the show. Like, I looked up 1,000 things.
Voice deleting.
No, I'm scrolling because the problem
I've
with
looked
this...
I've looked up 1,000 things today.
But no, I don't trust you. And
I'm
if we
not-
weren't
no,
in
I'm
COVID,
trying-
I would not. I'd grab your phone right now.
Here, this is better.
Open Google. I want to see what the last 5 things are. So what does it say?
Okay, so there's Victor Hugo.
Who's that?
Was Halston's assistant.
Okay.
Ralph Lauren, real name, Lipschitz.
Is it? Is that his real name?
Yeah, it's Ralph Lipschitz.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pie Face.
Pie Face.
Pie Face?
Yeah.
Like the game?
Yeah.
Okay.
And popcorn.
What were you Googling popcorn for?
I don't know. I think I just wanted a picture of popcorn. Oh, and sun-made raisin cinnamon swirl bread.
Oh, wow. How do I find it on my phone, More? How do I do on my phone? Just tell me. Don't come over here.
Google?
Yeah.
So down there, the picture of the book.
This one?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then the time.
Click the clock?
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay. So while you find that, Roz, I'll tell you what mine are. So I have Toronto Raptors, work boots, Boys to Men songs.
Boys to Men?
Yeah. This butcher shop that's in my neighborhood. I was looking them up because I need to see store hours and delivery.
Mm-hmm.
Emptying gas from my lawnmower.
Yeah.
Stranger Things season 4.
Yeah.
And then... And I can't even remember what the reason was I searched this. But the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase from the WWE.
Okay, so what do I got here? Okay, mine is a mixed bag. Vegan oatmeal cookies, I Googled. I Googled for some...
Why'd you Google that?
I don't know. For some weird reason, I Googled maybe to see if that was an actual word, because I might have said it. Girls with dogs memes.
Yeah.
I Googled lawn domination.
Yeah.
And Confederate flag bikini, because I needed to send that picture to Shem.
There's a fun game you can play with your friends. Just to see what the last few things are that they've Googled.
Yeah.
But to answer Sonia's question, does IT ever check Roz's crazy search history? I don't think so, but especially after that Confederate flag bikini.
Yeah, I know. I'm realizing that now. It was a good picture, though.
Dallas says here, what movie or TV shows were you the most emotionally invested in?
Emotionally invested in a television show.
Like now or back in the day?
Let's say the last couple of years. Like, let's say the last, 10 years kind of thing of television. Something that you've been emotionally...
Even though they had, a couple of crap seasons, what we had to go through and finish, both my wife and I, was Suits. before they wrapped up.
But you were emotionally involved on that show?
See, that's why I don't understand the meaning of emotionally invested.
Oh, Sons of Anarchy.
Really, huh?
Yeah.
You were?
Oh, my God. Yes.
Wow.
Absolutely.
Wow. Trying to think here. The last show that I was really like that where I was emotionally involved. When Breaking Bad started to wind up, I became very emotionally involved. Where when people started sort of dying off and this kind of thing, it was really hitting me. When
Because you knew this was the end.
as you knew this was the end. Yeah.
Sopranos for me.
Yeah,
as
a lot
well.
of people got very emotionally
Yes,
involved.
absolutely.
In that,
That's actually
in
probably
that
number
journey.
one
Yeah.
on my list.
Yeah, Maury.
I mean, obvious answer would be Golden Girls. Like I very still emotionally
That's
invested.
a sitcom, though.
Yeah, but I have all the cookbooks. I have like all the
You're
product.
financially involved in the Golden Girls.
Like I still cry at the same episodes.
Do you really?
Which episode makes you cry?
Oh, there's one episode. Oh, the AIDS episode always gets me.
Yeah. Who got AIDS?
No, see, Rose thought she had AIDS. Like she
Oh,
went for a test,
yeah.
and while they were waiting for the results or whatever, Blanche put R's on all the cups that Rose was using because she didn't want to use the same cups as Rose because she thought you can get right.
Oh.
In the early days where you didn't know.
Oh, it was a very special Golden Girls, right?
Yeah, and then they had a sit down at the table moment where she then realized, like, you can't catch it from drinking that. Oh, it was very, very
Right.
awesome.
Yeah. I gotcha. Do you think that was one of the moments when Golden Girls sort of became solidified with young gay men?
Oh, I 100%
One of them?
think so,
yeah. Or do you think that they knew their position with young gay men at the time and then did the
I don't
AIDS
think
episode?
they did.
You don't think so?
I don't think so. Because I think when Golden Girls first started, I don't think it was as big with the gay community as it was
Right.
later on.
Yeah. Interesting.
Did you have anything that you were
Nah, I mean,
other than Breaking Bad?
Yeah, I'm sure there has been over the years. I mean, I was very emotionally involved in Succession season 1 and 2.
Ooh,
just
good one.
because the reason why I was so emotionally involved was just because I was so blown away with the writing, right? Like every episode I was just so impressed with what they did with like dialogue and the scenes and how terrible they made these people. And I was like, I would have people would do stuff in that show and I would react physically when somebody would do something, like when somebody would say something or treat somebody horribly. Like they were just so brilliant in the way that they wrote those scenes. Like I would have a physical reaction to these
And
to
you
these
couldn't believe
characters.
a family could act that way with one another.
Yeah, but they were just real people to me, right? Like they
I
were
could say that
just.
about This Is Us for a lot of people.
Yeah, you think so?
I completely.
Roz
think
gave
so.
up on that show after season 2.
I still
right?
watch it, and it's unfortunate that you left us.
Yeah. But there was for me, This Is Us was a gimmick show, and I needed to know how Jack died. And once I found out how Jack died, I was done. I don't like I like Randall and I like Randall's wife.
but
Sorry,
now it's all
I like
about-
Randall's wife. Right?
Oh, you don't even like Randall?
No, Randall's okay.
Yeah. He's
The-
very annoying.
The two other siblings, hell no.
No, but now the mom has Alzheimer's, right? So now
I'm not
we're-
interested in that. But I'm not interested in that.
No, but you should be.
Right?
What's
And
the mom,
I
Mandy Moore?
watched
Mandy Moore.
what's the sister's name?
Oh, Kate?
Kate being mean to Toby? No, I'm not interested in that. She was terrible to
She
him.
still is.
She was terrible to him.
Yeah.
Right? And then I wasn't interested in the whole thing with the brother and the actor and his ex-wife and all that stuff. I'm like, no, the show's done. The show is a great mystery. They don't understand what
Kate now has a kid that's blind.
Right, they do-
So
but-
she's teaching
No.
school. She's teaching the blind music.
See, to me, I watched This Is Us, and I felt like I was watching something different, right? Where I felt that I was watching a mystery, right? And it was a family-based drama, but it was a mystery. And that's what got me into season 1 of This Is Us. It wasn't the interpersonal relationships between the mom and the dad and the kids and the everything else, right? It was a mystery. And then when the mystery was solved, it ended for me. Like, I wasn't interested in anything else. I wasn't interested in the characters or watching them develop. And then what wound up happening was they just kept then going back with more flashbacks to show you stuff that really didn't mean anything at that point, right? Because you already sort of knew
The question was answered.
You knew the outcome. And as soon as we
But when
found
that
out how he
question's
died,
answered, there are new questions to be had.
not like, but they built the show on that one question.
Right, but then the next season there are new questions. But you left.
nothing is as important as that. That was the entire basis of the show. The entire basis of the show.
It's still really good.
Yeah.
What
Okay.
season is it now? 6? 7?
Yeah, they're in season 6 right.
And this is
they're
the
in
last
season
one? Or no,
5,
they're
and
going
then
into the last one?
No, they're in. They're going into the last one.
Oh, okay. Allison Singh asks, what is one thing you do that calms you down when you're having a stressful day?
Maury.
Sleep.
Oh, someone thought you were going to say.
Nowadays, it's just sleep. I mean, this time of year, I love going for a walk.
Yeah.
With the dog. Yeah. Alone.
What calms me down if I'm having a stressful day? Nothing really calms me down. But I would just say that, like, honestly, sitting doing nothing
With a cider?
is what. No, not even. Just sitting doing nothing is what. Having no obligations is what calms me down. When I know that the day is like sort of over and I can breathe a little and I can just like relax. That's what calms me down. But I don't have a trick. Like I don't have, go for a walk, or I don't have
breathe.
I don't like baths. I
Yeah.
don't
Oh,
like
can I teach
any.
you a
I
trick
don't
with
like any of
breathing?
those things.
You ready?
Okay, go.
Okay, so I learned this in yoga.
Okay.
Okay. So you cover.
When did you take yoga?
Years ago, and I would fall asleep and snore.
Okay.
But I remember this. So you
Okay.
cover. So you have your hand sort of over both of your nostrils. Okay.
They did this in yoga.
Yes.
Okay.
But you don't close the nostrils yet. You close one side. Breathe in on the other side.
Yeah.
Switch nostrils with your hand, and breathe out on the other side. So you're breathing in one end, letting go on the other, and closing it, and then breathing out the other side. And it really does relieve headaches and stress. If you try this, I guarantee it.
Allergy season.
He's
Okay.
got a lot of stuff going on up there.
Allergy season.
Make sure nothing comes out of that other nostril when you exhale.
I'm gonna try it the other way now.
Yo, there's so much up there.
How do you feel now?
Congested.
Yeah, congested. Like I don't feel particularly great right now. No, but when
You feel like Maury's lungs.
I feel like you sound. Right? More parts of your body feel like they're trying to escape.
Yeah. Like all parts.
All of them. That's the life going out of you. Try that, Mocha. Try it.
Okay.
Do you understand how to do it?
Yes, I understand.
More honestly,
so I'm
it's
gonna
not that
plug
difficult,
my
man.
my right nostril and breathe in through my left, and
Yeah.
then
switch.
Oh, gross. I got some stuff
I
going
know
on
you
there,
do.
too.
Usually,
that
it
one's
works
got,
for me.
That
All
one's got
right.
stories.
No, but you know what? Like, not this technique, but I will close my eyes and just do a couple of deep inhales and exhales, and that usually kind of calms me down.
Yeah,
That's pretty much it.
yeah.
Or a nice, oh man, just a cup of coffee.
Yeah.
will calm me down.
At night, lemon balm tea.
Really, huh? Yeah. I will lie on the couch with one of the cats. That always calms me down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I like that a lot. Also, if I am, and I realized this years ago, and then every now and then I make the mistake again, which is if I want to lie down, like if I've had a long day, and even if I'm going to fall asleep for 15 minutes or whatever it is, I can't do it in the bed. It needs to be somewhere else. It needs to be on the couch or with my head on the back of like leaning back on the chair or whatever it is. I don't feel great. If I ever go to the bed during the day and like even lie down and have a little bit of a nap, I feel dreadful when I wake up.
Really?
Dreadful when I
think
wake up.
because you
The
know that you
bed-
fell asleep in the bed and woke up in the bed.
Yeah, the bed is where I sleep at night. If I'm falling asleep at any time during the day, I will. It'll be somewhere else.
Yeah,
it's
I
never the
love-
bed.
I
It's never the
love
bed.
couch naps.
It's the best.
Do you know
It's
what else
different.
relieves stress?
What?
Undoing your belt and the top button.
That doesn't relieve stress? That relieves inches.
It's nothing better than to just do that.
Yeah.
And then you just like, oh.
You're like my old man at Christmas dinner.
Yeah, completely.
Right?
After Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Are your pants still undone right now?
Yeah.
How tight are they when you do them up? Tight, huh?
Well, it's tough when you're sitting down to do up your pants.
Can you do your pants up
Yo,
sitting down?
And what, you
Wow.
know, Maury lies so much right, about his pant size.
Yeah.
Like he actually has to buy the size of pant that he lies that he says to us that he fits into.
No, I am a 30-30 below my belly.
Right.
So the pants are below. Everything sort of oozes up and out.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know.
Spills over.
oozes up.
All right, find us on Instagram at Kiss925. Every week
Yes,
you'll see
sir.
a picture that reads Ask Roz and Mocha. That's where you ask your questions. And of course, we'll have one of you join us to ask your question live. This has been the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Thanks for listening to the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Catch the guys live
Weekday mornings from 6 to 10.
on Kiss 92.5
Kiss925.com.
or download the Kiss 92.5 app.